We'd like to welcome those of you who just watched Louisiana Tech defeat Southern Miss. We're here in San Jose. Andrew Catalan, Adam Archuleta, and Lauren Gardner with you, and already some excitement in this first quarter. David Fales for San Jose State was picked off on the second play of the game. Just the third interception of the season for San Diego State, and now the Aztecs trying to capitalize off the turnover. They have it 2nd and 7 at the San Jose State 18-yard line. Quinn Kaler to throw on second down, has some time, fires, end zone, incomplete. Aztecs came into this game tied for the 7th fewest interceptions of the country, but on the second play, Nick Tenoff with his first career INT. As you see, offensive coordinator Bob Toledo trying to draw something up for this 3rd down and 7. On the season, the Aztecs at 41% on 3rd downs, but over the last 3 weeks, 52% on 3rd downs. Kaler in the shotgun. Goes back end zone and overthrows his intended target. He was looking for Dylan Denso, and Kaler took a hit as he threw the ball.
And Kenwick Thompson, defensive coordinator here, 3rd and 7, dials up inside linebacker pressure, and you can see the pocket there start to collapse. And that was number 55 right there, Moses Saucedo, who put the shot on Kaler. Nowhere to go. Great coverage down the field. And for the defense, this is a big win right here. Getting the ball with a short field and forcing the field goal. And we know what kind of problems the Aztecs have had with field goals.
Aztecs have not made a field goal since September. Kicking game's been in shambles, and it still is struggling as the kick is blocked. San Diego State has now missed 6 consecutive field goals this season, and following the interception, they come away empty. Here's a look at the problems they've had throughout the year. It started with Wes Fear. Seamus McMorrow eventually came on and actually had a chance to win the game against Fresno State, hand the Bulldogs their first loss of the year, but they have not been able to get it clicking with the field goal unit. And here the first try tonight, McMorrow is blocked, and the Aztecs come up empty.
And that's really incredible, Andrew. I know Rocky Long right now has to be beside himself because he cannot count on his football team to get 3 points when he's down in the red zone.
So the Spartans get the ball back. Fales pitches it to Lawson. He's got some room. Lawson with a first down for San Jose State. Brought down by Cody Gallia after an 11-yard pickup. And now the Spartans will run a little tempo. 12:40 to go in the opening quarter. Big game in the Mountain West Division. Lawson on the ground, and he is stacked up by the San Diego State line. Let's take a look at our Sonic QB profile. David Fales, just his 2nd year at San Jose State, and he's already climbing to the top 5 of several passing categories at the school. 60% completion percentage on the year, and he had a big game last year against the Aztecs down in San Diego. 4 touchdowns, 3 of those in the 4th quarter. Lawson going the wrong way. Slips away from one. Lawson still on his feet before he's dragged down by Josh Gabbert.
And if you want to be a productive running back, it's one thing to be able to run through wide open holes, but the thing that you must do is make the first guy miss. And he got a tremendous block outside by the senior John Mayer, his right tackle, but absolutely made the free safety who was coming up to make the tackle miss. Nice production right there on 2nd down.
That brings up 3rd down and 4 for San Jose State. Fales throws it back, has a first down. Chandler Jones on the reception. A pickup of 7 for the senior. That's his 48th catch of the year. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for San Jose State. Right guard Nicholas Kaspar making his 40th consecutive start. And true freshman wideout Tyler Winston's done a great job in place of the injured Noel Grigsby. The Quicken Loans starting lineups. On first down, fails, back to the air, dumps it down low, and it was incomplete. Looking for Thomas Tucker, but that one bounced.
Moving on the field, a forward pass incomplete. Second down.
Today's referee is David Alvarez. That brings up second down. San Jose State started the year 1-3, but they've won 4 straight since then. Fails looking right the entire time, down the sideline, incomplete. He was looking for Tyler Winston, but he couldn't bring it in. Here's the San Diego State starting defense. They have a lot of injuries in the middle. And because of that, some substitutions. Dontrell Anuuha starts for the injured Sam Meredith. He's out for the year. And Jake Feely, a big loss at middle linebacker. Josh Gafford, you saw make a tackle earlier, takes his place. And then in the secondary, the Aztec positions, a linebacker safety hybrid. Nat Burhay leads the team in tackles. He is their best player defensively. 3rd and 10 for San Jose State. Fails, gets rid of it, and it's incomplete. Was looking for Winston again, and that'll bring the punt team out for the Spartans. 3 straight incompletions for David Fails. So a rough start for him, who also had that interception on the opening drive.
And that's one of the things that I'm looking to see how it plays out throughout the course of this game. How does the San Jose Spartan offense deal with the pressure and all the different looks that Rocky Long likes to throw at you? So expect a lot of screens, a lot of quick game, because they're able to put a lot of heat on David Fails.
Tim Vizzi makes the fair catch at the 15-yard line after a 40-yard punt by Harrison Wade. Adam Muema coming back on the field for the Aztecs right after this.
College football on CBS Sports Network is brought to you by Pep Boys. Trust the boys to get you there. By Verizon. Never be without football. Call Star NFL to download NFL Mobile from Verizon. And by Icy Hot, America's #1 topical pain reliever.
Downtown San Jose, less than 10 minutes away from Spartan Stadium. Crazy George banging the drum, the #1 fan here at Spartan Stadium as we take a look at our Sonic QB profile. Quinn Kaler 4-2 as a starter since taking over for Adam Dingwell in week 2 against Ohio State. A bit of a homecoming for Kaler. Went to California High School in San Ramon, about 35 miles away from Spartan Stadium. Play action on first down. Kaler looking deep for Ruffin, had a step, comes back and makes the catch. And now San Jose State has the ball. When they went to the ground, the Spartans came away with it. Benet Ben-Wickery. Got to see that one again because Ruffin went up to make a great catch, and by the time they came up, Ben-Wickery had the ball. Here it is.
Rolling on the field is an interception. First down.
Well, it was just a great job because initially Ruffin had beaten Ben-Wickery. This was an out-and-up play-action pass, max protection, and you can see he had 2 or 3 steps. But look at the ball skills. He plays the pocket, gets both hands on the ball, and wrestles it away from Ezel Ruffin. Now, that is just absolutely outstanding at the point of attack after getting beat by their best cover guy, Benet Ben-Wickery.
So each quarterback with an interception here in the first quarter. First penalty flag flies in as Lawson is stacked up. That is a very significant interception for Ben-Wickery. He now has a pick in 4 straight games. As we listen for the call.
Offside. Defense number 26 in the neutral zone at the snap. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
And with that pick, Ben-Wickery is now tied for first in San Jose State history with his 14th career interception.
And that was, Andrew, that was a thing of beauty. And to play that ball after he caught up and to take it away and snatch it from a big, strong wide receiver, Ruffin, that's out of sight right there.
So following the penalty, 1st and 5 for the Spartans. And they keep it on the ground to Lawson. And no gain on the play. This San Jose State running attack has really been hot of late. And last week, 312 yards on the ground against UNLV, the most for the Spartans since 2006. And when they have that dimension of the running game, Arch, you mix that in with David Fales, that's a tough offense to slow down.
Yeah, it sure is. Very difficult when an offense has a great passer and can also run the ball.
2nd down and 5. Fales over the middle, and a flag comes in. He was looking for Chandler Jones, and a flag is down at the 34-yard line.
That was Marcus Andrews, number 26, the Warrior safety, who was matched up in the slot with Jones.
Prior to the pass being thrown, holding. Defense, number 26. 10-yard penalty and an automatic. 1st down.
And Andrew, this is kind of a unique defense where they don't play a nickel package, so they expect their safeties to be able to match up man for man, and who is the best athlete on that San Jose State offense, Chandler Jones. So these safeties have a lot on their plate and have to do a great job not only in the run game, but to cover these wide receivers.
So the penalty makes it an automatic 1st down for San Jose State. They have the ball at the Aztecs' 35-yard line. Fales steps up, fires over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Kyle Nunn, the senior out of Carson, California, and that's the 4th straight incompletion for David Fales, and Nunn is still on the ground.
Yeah, one-on-one with J.J. Whitaker. Whitaker has inside position, and he initially beats him inside. It's a great move at the top of the route to establish inside position, but the ball was a little bit low, and he was not able to come up with the catch.
Senior Nunn grabbing his left side, and he remains on the ground at the 5-yard line. The Spartans training staff attending to Nunn. So we'll step aside at Spartan Stadium and return to San Jose in a moment. San Jose State training staff now attending to Kyle Nunn on the Spartan sideline. 9:17 to go 1st quarter. Let's take a look at some of the big plays we've already seen today, Adam.
Yeah, it's been kind of a wild night. You got a beautiful tip pass by Nick Burhay, and Nick Tenoff with the diving interception. That sets up San Diego State in Spartan territory. Next play, you have a great big run by Adam Uema, but more of the same, a blocked field goal. You come out of there with 0 points, but not to be outdone. Benet Benwickery with a beautiful interception, taking it away from the big play, Ezel Ruffin. And here we are, San Jose State knocking on the door right now on the 35-yard line, trying to get some points.
So David Fales has thrown 4 straight incompletions. Looking at a 2nd down and 10 from the 35. Play action, throws it back to Jones, tackled immediately by Onuoha. 2nd catch for Jones, but just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up 3rd and long.
And remember, Andrew, this defense, really, when you take a look at a few weeks ago against that Fresno State offense and Derek Carr, they frustrated him for much of that game. And so they're used to going up against some of these prolific passers. Right now, they're showing David Fales a lot of different looks, and he's having trouble getting the ball out.
They run it on 3rd and 9. Crawley reverses direction across the 30. Crawley's still going, and he's tackled at the 26-yard line, and that's going to be a hair short of a 1st down. So that'll be decision time for Ron Carragher after an 8-yard pickup.
Yeah, great job. They're trying to get here to the right side, but the Aztec defense, they lose contain, get a great block by the tight end Billy Freeman, and you see kind of that slashing ability, that explosive element that Tim Crawley brings to this offense. Only 5'7", 169 pounds. But this guy has got some great moves and almost had to get a big 1st down.
And on 4th and 1, Carragher is not going to go for it. He sends out Austin Lopez to try a 43-yard field goal. And Lopez's kick hits the side and goes in. Off the upright and good. Rocky Long and the Aztecs can't buy a field goal. Austin Lopez is banking them in for San Jose State. And the reigning Mountain West Special Teams Player of the Week gives San Jose State a 3-0 lead.
Well, this is how you do it. It's not supposed to be that hard. And Rocky Long, I think, is a little bit envious. It sure would be nice to be able to have a field goal kicker that you can count on, but that's not a luxury that the Aztecs has.
Lopez shakes his head. He's now 14 out of 17 on the year. And the Spartans are on the board first with 7:49 to go in the first quarter. So the Aztecs were not able to capitalize off their turnover. Their field goal was blocked, but the Spartans are able to take advantage. A 5-play, 24-yard drive that was aided by 2 defensive penalties to give San Jose State a 3-0 lead. Harrison Wade, who handles the punting duties for San Jose State, also has kickoff duties for the Spartans. And Vizzy back deep for the Aztecs. Lets it bounce, and he wisely lets it bounce. It goes out of bounds. So a miscue there by the special teams of San Jose State, and the Aztecs will have good field position for this drive.
Kick went out of bounds, untouched by the kicking team. The ball will be placed at the 35-yard line. First down.
So Adam Muema will come back on the field. He's got power, but he also has finesse. As we take a look at the LG vision brought to you by the new LG G2.
And it's really about his vision. Right there, you see 3 defenders that have him boxed in, but he attacks the outside defender, gets him to cross over, and then you see the open field moves and his ability to get downfield. So you think of him as his physical power back, but that's not all he can do. He is the entire package, and a guy that you really have to deal with on that defensive side of the ball that can make you look really bad if you're not a good tackler.
2 carries for 24 yards from Muema in this opening quarter. On first down, Kaler chased, gets rid of it, incomplete. Starting lineup for San Diego State offensively, they like to run it behind this guy, the left tackle Bryce Quigley, 6'5", 300 pounds. And Ezel Ruffin has emerged as one of the top wide receivers in the Mountain West. He's averaging 102 yards per game. Quinn Kaler has started 0 for 4 with an interception. They'll go on the ground here to Muema, it's not Muema, actually, it's Pumphrey on the carry. And he gets up to the 40-yard line after a 5-yard pickup. San Jose State defensively up front. Travis Ricidi has 10.5 career sacks, the junior. And then at linebacker, their playmaker is Keith Smith, first in the country in tackles per game, averaging over 13. And at corner, you already saw him. Ben Wickery now an interception in 4 straight games. San Diego State 0 for 1 on third downs tonight. They have a 3rd down and 5 here. Kaler takes a hit, gets rid of it to Lockett for a 1st down. Lockett made the catch for 10, and Kaler took a big shot as he released the football.
And Andrew, this is one of those situations as a defensive back. This is a 3rd and short situation, and the cornerback out there plays off coverage. And when you got a guy with the shiftiness and the ability of Colin Lockett to get off of the line of scrimmage, you give him easy access inside, that's an easy 1st down.
First completion of the night for Quinn Kaler. Pitches this one to Pumphrey, change of pace back. And there he is, Keith Smith, making contact at the line of scrimmage and limiting Pumphrey to 2 yards.
And when you take a look at it, Keith Smith, 6'1", 236-pound senior linebacker. That hole right there that he had to fill against a guy who's about as quick as you could possibly be in Donnell Pumphrey, that was a big hole. And to be able to make that kind of a tackle in space with nobody around you is a big-time play.
Ruffin goes in motion. And the snap is botched. Kaler never got a handle on it. And San Jose State comes away with it. Taylor never had it off the snap from center. And that's the second turnover of the quarter by the Aztecs. Sean Bacon recovered the football for San Jose State.
This is just a situation where the center, Jordan Smith, number 55, Moses Saucedo, he's mugged up there in the line of scrimmage right next to the nose tackle, Nate Fallow, number 57. I think Jordan Smith got a little confused, didn't take care of his technique. You got a botch snap, but again, the Spartans now, they have their opportunity right here about midfield.
Aztecs possessions in this quarter, a field goal block, an interception, and a fumbled snap. Bumpy start, to say the least, for San Diego State offensively. Now let's see if the Spartans can capitalize. On first down, they go to Tim Crawley on the carry. Redshirt freshman out of Santa Clara. Really a slash-type player, Adam. He's listed as a wide receiver, but he, most of the time, lines up right next to David Fales.
And all three of these running backs, Andrew, these freshmen, they all kind of complement each other very well. They all have different styles, and of course, Tim Crawley, he's the guy that's kind of like a hybrid. Does a great job out of the backfield, and has got great running ability as well.
Fales takes a big shot, completes to Chandler Jones. A first down and a penalty flag back close to the line of scrimmage after a 22-yard gain, and there's also an injured Aztec down on the ground. So a lot going on behind the play.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer, number 27 on the defense, late hit. Half distance to the end of the pass. First down.
Penalties on Eric Pinkins, and Fales was the one who took the big shot here from Pinkins. Jones brought it in, and the injured player is Derek Largent for San Diego State. He's helped off the field, and Largent's just had a tough year. He's been snake bit, battling all sorts of injuries, specifically a knee this season. It's been a long year for Derek Largent.
Yeah, and I was kind of shocked talking to the coaching staff during the week. I wasn't sure that he was going to get the chance to play tonight because of his injuries, but he's out there trying to battle, trying to be a warrior. He's just a little bit too nicked up. And Andrew, going back to that last play, it's going to be interesting to see Chandler Jones in the slot going up against these safeties. That's a matchup that the Spartans should try and exploit.
That was the third catch of the night for Chandler Jones, now has 50 on the year. On first down, Fales looking end zone as a man overthrows him. He was trying to go back to Jones, who now is the first San Jose State wide receiver with 4 50 reception seasons. What a career for the former walk-on. Well, tonight's Red Zone is being brought to you by Verizon. 9 touchdowns in the red zone for San Jose State. They have really struggled. However, they have been playing well of late in the red zone. They've scored touchdowns in 5 of their last 7 trips. Meanwhile, San Diego State has not stopped an opponent in the red zone this season. Opponents are 27 for 27, and now they are 28 for 28. Touchdown Spartans. Tim Crawley adds to the Aztecs' red zone woes.
Well, the versatility, you saw Crawley in the running game earlier, and this time he's matched up again with the safety, Eric Pinkins, on a corner route. Pinkins has deep responsibility. Crawley easily is able to cut to his outside shoulder and run away from him, and then beautiful touch pass with tremendous accuracy to drop that thing in the corner by David Fales.
First receiving touchdown of the season for Tim Crawley. Does have a rushing touchdown, and for David Fales, that touchdown pass ties him for second all-time at San Jose State on the all-time passing touchdown list. Off the fumbled snap, the Spartans punch it in. .447 to go first quarter. San Jose State up by 10.
And here it is. This is the best way to isolate on a safety. Look at all this field, and this is going to be the guy, Eric Pinkins, right here. The problem is at the top of the route, Pinkins is looking in the backfield, and he's got a wide receiver who's pressing on him. His eyes are in the backfield. He stumbles out of his break. but that pass is put perfectly so that Crawley is able to run underneath it. So it's great execution on the offensive part, not so great technique-wise on the defensive part.
And Adam, it's just incredible. San Diego State remains the only team in the country to not have a red zone stop. Opponents have either scored a touchdown or kicked a field goal every single time they've been in the red zone as Lockett is tripped up. That'll bring Adam Muema back out onto the field for the Aztecs offense.
And Andrew, talking about the red zone, that's not a recipe for success if you're the Aztecs on defense. You've got to be great in the red zone. You can give up yards in the middle of the field, but you must be able to tighten up and force field goal attempts.
That'll bring Quentin Kaler back out. He's 1 for 5 with an interception in this first quarter. On the sweep, they give it to Pumphrey trying to get around the edge, and he's wrestled out of bounds. Let's go down to Lauren Gardner.
And guys, speaking of all those California connections, Adam Muema and Keith Smith are best friends. They're natives of Southern California, grew up down the street from one another, and have been inseparable ever since. Keith Smith told us earlier this week that Muema practically lived at his house, as he has a weight room in his basement. The two still train there together, but they said they're not holding anything back here tonight. It's definitely about bragging rights, guys.
Yeah, Lauren, they are so close that Adam refers to Keith's mom as his mom. That's how often they would hang out together. And now going head-to-head here in San Jose. Ruffin makes a great catch for a first down to the 35-yard line. Isaiah Irving on the tackle. Ruffin went up to get that one.
And Andrew, I can't wait for that first meeting one-on-one in the hole between Muema and his buddy Keith Smith. That one, you talk about bragging rights. That one's going to get some replay, whoever wins that one.
Well, we spoke to Keith this week and said, well, how do you describe Adam? And he said he's so unpredictable that it's actually hard to study him on film. And we said, hey, you've got to be able to know his tendencies. You guys grew up together. He's that shifty that he's difficult to stop. This is Pumphrey at running back, and Pumphrey moves the pile close to midfield. Pumphrey's the change of pace running back, just 5'9", 155, but he gets 12 yards there. Longest run tonight for the Aztecs.
You wouldn't expect them to run Pumphrey up inside, but Bob Toledo says he's our change of pace, but we have to do this to be able to keep defenses honest. He's tremendous when he hits the edge, but for a small guy, he runs with a lot of toughness. Look at how he explodes into contact, doesn't shy away, lowers that shoulder, and gives the strong safety, Jimmy Pruitt, something to think about.
Pumphrey remains in on first down. They give it right back to him, trying to get around the left side, and he gets up to midfield. Pumphrey, true freshman out of Las Vegas, Canyon Springs High School. He was the Nevada Gatorade Player of the Year last year, and they didn't think that Pumphrey would have this much playing time in his freshman season. Bob Toledo said the guy's so small that he really needs to build some size to get more reps, but he's played so well that he's been a real nice compliment to Adam Muema in this running attack. Play action on 2nd and 6. Kaler throws it and has his man Ruffin again. Came back to make that catch, and that's a first down. Ben Wickery on the tackle.
Really a solid piece of route running. Off the play action pass, Ezel Ruffin up here at the top against Ben Wickery. Really crisp out of his break. Great job in coverage by Ben Wickery. But you notice how Ezel Ruffin, he comes back toward the line of scrimmage, back towards the football. A lot of receivers aren't that polished and would allow the defensive back to break up that pass.
3 wide on first down. They go inside to Pumphrey again. And not much doing that time, as Christian Tago was right there for the Spartans defensively. Hard to miss Tago with that hair. Recruited actually as a quarterback. In high school, he threw for close to 5,000 yards and 47 touchdowns, but a redshirt freshman playing inside linebacker here, and he's having a great year in his first season on the field. steady diet of Pumphrey continues, and San Jose State is not fooled. A 2-yard loss on the play. That'll bring up 3rd down and long. Belowy Vi, one of the defenders in on that tackle for the Spartans.
And the key, this is their favorite play, the power O. And you have to be able to get penetration. You've got to be able to live in the offensive backfield because they want to run this play 15 to 20 times per game. That's a good way to try and get them out of that kind of an offense.
Aztecs 1 for 2 on 3rd downs tonight. Crowd making some noise here at Spartan Stadium. Kaler has time, gets rid of it, has a man, and a 1st down to Lockett and Moore. Lockett still going inside the 20. They can't bring him down. Lockett pushes the pile to the 8-yard line before Jimmy Pruitt finally brings him down after a 33-yard pickup. What a play by Colin Lockett.
And that's the guy. This is the explosive guy on this field. This is an underneath route. This should easily be rallied around and tackled for a stop, but he get a great block outside by his wide receiver, number 41, Tim Veazey, which was the key block that allowed him to get outside of the defense and pick up more yardage.
1st and goal for the Aztecs. Muema is back in the game, and they give it to him on 1st down. And Muema is pushed back. Moses Saucedo pushing the pile. And that will be the final play of the 1st quarter. An entertaining 1st quarter with 3 turnovers.
That is the end of the 1st quarter.
And a San Jose State 10-0 lead. That's the end of the 1st. You're watching college football on CBS Sports Network. It's presented by Pep Boys. Start of the 2nd quarter at Spartan Stadium in San Jose, and the hometown Spartans have a 10-0 lead on the Aztecs. So the NCAA Football Challenge Campus Tour is making its way across the country with 32 stops. Students will have the chance to qualify for the Video Game Championship bracket and grand prize of $5,000, while everyone can test their football skills at the Enterprise Car Share Combine. Check out hashtag NCAA Football Tour on Twitter for more info. Good look at Spartan Stadium, and Quinn Kaler started 0 for 4 with a pick, and since then 4 for 4 for 58 yards. And now the Aztecs trying to punch this one in. It's 2nd and goal from the 7-yard line. Young, the bruising fullback. Muema trying to follow his lead. Muema cuts in, and Muema gets down to the 2. Chad Young is a beast at fullback, the senior, former walk-on for San Diego State. And you will see him blow people up throughout the night. And certainly in these types of goal line situations, he's a good guy to watch because usually the running back is right behind him.
And a guy in this day and age, he loves contact. That contact might be his middle name and does a great job of being physical and taking the fight to the other linebacker.
5'10", 240 pounds. But now a big 3rd down and goal, although you would think that almost anything is 4-down territory for the Aztecs, the way they've been kicking field goals. Young with the block. Muema follows him in. Touchdown, San Diego State. And again, the block by Chad Young to set up Muema's 9th rushing touchdown of the year. The 28th of his career, now tied for 5th in San Diego State history with Paul Hewitt. And a big assist to Chad Young.
Well, it's not fair. Chad Young on a 6', 190-pound cornerback trying to set the edge. Not going to happen.
McMorrow's extra point is blocked. Oh, my goodness. The Aztecs are 0 for their last 6 field goals, and now they can't make the extra point.
And I think it's officially entered into the territory of the absurd. I mean, this is unbelievable, the luck that Rocky Long has had with his field goal unit.
Now, McMorrow, to his credit, had been pretty good on extra points, 10 out of 11 on the year. But nothing is going their way. Their special teams, not so special. Young blows up a blocker, but McMorrow blows the extra point.
Fred's over in New York. It's over in Tuscaloosa. Jalston Fowler putting the finishing touches on a 38-17 Bama win over LSU. Meantime, in overtime, Texas holds on to the win thanks to this interception in the end zone. They are 6-0 in the Big 12. Back out to Andrew and Adam.
All right, Brent, good stuff. Thank you very much. Alabama remains undefeated. And the Aztecs are on the board here in San Jose. Early second quarter. It's San Jose State 10, San Diego State 6 after a blocked extra point. The Aztecs have also had a field goal blocked tonight. This is Ogburn on the return. And he reverses course, and then it was brought down at the 22-yard line. Let's go back to that last touchdown because we got to see that block by Chad Young again.
It's not fair. This is a mismatch. You got Benet Benwickery, who's 5'10", or 6 foot, 190 pounds, going up against a physical throwback fullback. And here's the moment of truth. That's not going to happen right there. Just an unbelievable mismatch. And something that the Aztecs are going to win every time.
Bob Toledo told us that Chad Young is one of the best lead blockers he's ever had. High praise from Bob Toledo. Now on first down, they give it to Thomas Tucker to start this drive for San Jose State, and the Aztecs right there to snuff that out.
58, Alex Barrett making the tackle.
Alex Barrett with a 1-yard loss.
A loss of 1. Second and 11 for the Spartans.
So far, David Fales 5 out of 11 for 54 yards, has 1 touchdown and 1 interception. Staring at a 2nd and 11 here. Aztecs in that 3-3-5 defense, bringing pressure, and Chandler Jones couldn't haul it in. Burhay on the coverage for the Aztecs.
And really, he's kind of been harassed a little bit by this defense. He hasn't really looked comfortable, and the coverage downfield has been pretty good. Nat Burhay again, inside, such a versatile player. And a guy playing that Aztec position, they ask him to do a lot. He covers a lot of different wide receivers and coverage combinations. He's done a nice job tonight in pass coverage with the tip pass earlier in there, the pass defense.
Aztecs trying to force a 3 and out. It's 3rd and 11. Pressure coming. Fales throws off his back foot, incomplete. The pressure was coming from Vaness Harris. The senior out of Los Angeles went nearly untouched. First 3 and out of the night for the Spartans.
And talking to Rocky Long before the game, he said if we can control their run game and get them in the 3rd and mediums to 3rd and longs, that's where we're going to unleash pressure. That's where we think we can affect David Fales in the passing game, but we must be able to stop the run first.
Vizzy at his own 35, and Vizzy goes down immediately after a 45-yard punt. Aztecs offense coming back out on the field with 13:10 to go in the first half.
10-6 Spartans over the Aztecs, and good news for San Jose State as senior wide receiver Kyle Nunn will be returning to the game. He went down hard, had an injury to that left hip. I spoke with the head athletic trainer. He said it was a bruised left hip. He's now back on the bike riding it, trying to get warmed up again. They fashioned out a pad for his left hip. They taped it to his skin so that he will not get injured further. They're hoping that will help out, but guys, he was in a lot of pain after he went down.
We'll keep an eye out for him. Thank you very much, Lauren. You saw his headshot that we popped up there. He has got a gold mohawk, and it's pretty awesome. I'm not going to lie, during pregame warm-ups, hard to miss Kyle Nunn out there, and hopefully he can return to the field.
I want one of those. Can I get one of those?
I don't know if your wife would let you pull that off, Adam. 1st and 10 for the Aztecs, and Muema with his 6th carry of the game. Pumphrey has 7 carries. Now, Bob Toledo told us that he'd like 2/3 of the carries to go to Muema, 1/3 to Pumphrey. But you saw in that prior drive, Adam, that they were really riding Pumphrey pretty good.
And I think it's, Bob Toledo, he's going to go with the guy that gives them the hot hand. And the offense had been struggling, and Pumphrey, a guy that can give you that change of pace, gave the offense that spark and allowed them to move down the field.
trying to build off that last drive that went for 77 yards. On second down, Muema is tripped up, and that's Keith Smith, his good buddy. The two close friends, and round one goes to Keith. A 3-yard loss.
And if you want to be an elite linebacker, pressing the line of scrimmage and running through the backside is what the great ones do. Great job of reading the keys, getting downhill, getting in the backfield, and making the tackle. That's just excellent job of reading your keys and understanding what's happening and making the play.
And he helped his good buddy up off the field. 3rd down and 9 for San Diego State. 3 out of 4 so far tonight. Kaler looking deep for Ruffin, incomplete. Coverage on the play by Ben Wickery. And a 3 and out for San Diego State.
And what's going to be one of the great battles tonight, and we've already kind of seen part of it, is the one-on-one matchup between Ezel Ruffin, who has absolutely been on fire. Last 3 games, 454 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a guy in Ben Wickery that has a great tool set at the corner position.
Alisi's punt bounces at the 33, and it's downed right there by the special teams unit. Just a 34-yard punt for Joel Alisi. Well, take back your Sundays with fan-focused college, pro, and fantasy football commentary. Don't miss that other pregame show presented by GoToMeeting tomorrow morning at 9 Eastern, only on CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. And there are a lot of NFL links in this game. Some head coaches that have gone on to win the Super Bowl. Bill Walsh, Dick Vermeil, both San Jose State products, and Joe Gibbs played quarterback for the Aztecs in the early 60s. Fails. Throws it back to Winston, and he's tackled at the 40-yard line. Marcus Andrews on the stop. Al Saunders, also a San Jose State grad who ended up coaching in the NFL. And Kyle Nunn was in on that last play, so good news for San Jose State. Second down and 4. Fails, gets rid of it quickly, and it's caught by Jones up to the 48-yard line. 4th catch for Chandler Jones tonight.
And this is where being a senior really helps. Off of the edge, Eric Pinkins, and Fails. This is supposed to be a run play. The offensive lineman, they fire up the ball, but he reads the blitz, understands that he has a matchup outside, gets it out to his wide receiver, and in space, it's going to be hard to make that tackle for a no gain.
So that moves the sticks with 10:45 to go first half. 1st down and 10. Fails, looking deep for his tight end, Freeman. He's got him, and he's dragged down at the 20-yard line by King Holder. There is so much youth on this offense. Freeman, a redshirt freshman, and his 33-yard gain brings San Jose State all the way down to the 20-yard line.
And a guy that can run. They line him up in the wing position. Fails, rolls out to the other side. It's Freeman who's one-on-one with the cornerback, King Holder. And again, they're able to get vertical downfield. They were able to hit the same exact pass last week. Another explosive element to this offense, the freshman tight end.
Longest pass of the night for Fails. Lawson on the ground, stacked up by Largent. Good sign to see Derek Largent back in there, who had to leave earlier because of an injury. We're used to seeing this San Jose State offense run a pretty good tempo, but taking their time here with 15 on the play clock.
And then you can see Jamie Doherty, the offensive coordinator, he's trying to find it. He's trying to find the right formula to try and crack this defense, trying a lot of different concepts.
Stacked wide receivers to each end, and they run it up the middle to Jared Lawson.
27.
And that'll bring up 3rd down and 7, and Rocky Long's defense trying for a stop in the red zone. It's something they have not done the entire year. opponents 28 for 28, including the touchdown tonight.
And I don't think I've ever seen anything like it. I mean, that's unbelievable to be at this point in the season and not be able to have a red zone stop.
3rd down and 7. Pressure coming, fails, nifty little toss to Lawson, and Lawson has a first down. Ball came out at the end. I thought he was down, but no whistle. A whistle was not blown, no signal yet, and now they're saying it's Aztecs football.
I think he was down, Andrew. I think when they review this, they're going to call this down. I believe his hip and his knee was down before the ball came out.
Rolling on the field is a fumble recovered by the defense. First down.
Knee is down right there. Well, that's how close San Diego State came to stopping an opponent in the red zone. They actually thought they had it, but I have a feeling as the San Diego State offense races back out in the field, they want to snap the ball. Now Ron Carragher is going to the official and saying, whoa, if you're not going to review this automatically, I'm going to challenge.
The previous ruling of a fumble recovered by the defense is under further review.
Well, it won't be a challenge. It's an official review. Wise move by Rocky. I mean, they haven't run that fast since summer drills, trying to get the offense back out there. But as you can see, he was well down.
Yeah, this is an easy one. This one's kind of a no-brainer. But you see, that was kind of a brilliant play design by Jamie Doherty, expecting an all-out blitz on 3rd and 7, gets the defensive line, the linebackers, to rush upfield, and then he sneaks in the little shovel pass to Lawson for a big gain. So very nicely done, winning the chess match against Rocky Long's defense.
And Adam, you look at this drive, you've seen Tim Crawley, redshirt freshman, Billy Freeman, the tight end, big catch, redshirt freshman. Jared Lawson right there, another redshirt freshman. There's so many young guys, and David Fales and Chandler Jones get a lot of credit for really steering this ship for the Spartans offensively.
And really, it's a really interesting mix when you look at their roster. They're too deep. There's a lot of seniors and there's a lot of freshmen, and usually a team is either very young or very experienced, but they kind of have both. And yes, you're right, Andrew, they have done a really good job. The leaders on this football team have really built a culture that allowed these freshmen to come in here and flourish. But you got to tip your hat to the freshmen as well, to come in here, get ingrained into the locker room, understand the culture and the system, and be able to contribute. Big reason why they're being embraced by the upperclassmen.
And injury is a big factor in this as well. Noel Grigsby, one of their best receivers in the history of the school, he went out early with an injury. Tyler Irvin, a running back, he's not come back from a high ankle sprain. So these freshmen have been forced to step up, and to their credit they have. But you can't underestimate the leadership of Fales and Jones. Ron Carragher called Jones, the wide receiver, an uplifter in our meetings yesterday. And that just gives you a sense that when the freshmen might have a freshman mistake, Jones is right there to mentor them.
A big reason why Tyler Winston has been able to kind of catch fire here in the last few games, taking control of that wide receiver room. Again, Tim Crawley making an impact. And really, if it wasn't for these freshmen that have come in here and contributed, they wouldn't be able to be on this run that they've been able to enjoy here in the last 4 games.
Here comes the call from David Alvarez. And the San Diego State defense has already returned to the field. They know what's coming.
After further review, the runner's left knee was down prior to the ball coming loose. Therefore, is a first down. It'll be first and goal at the 7-yard line on the left hash. Please to set the game clock to 8:51. It will start on my signal.
It was a 10-yard pickup, and it negates what would have been the first red zone stop for the Aztecs defensively. Now they're looking at first and goal for the Spartans. .851 to go in this first half. And the Spartans line up 4 wide receivers on first and goal. Lawson is next to Fales. Jones goes in motion. Fales wants to throw. end zone, and he bounces one looking for Chandler Jones. San Diego State played a heck of a game earlier this year on CBS Sports Network against Oregon State, in which the Beavers came back to win. Rocky Long compared Oregon State's quarterback Sean Mannion to David Fales. So they're very similar in the way they get rid of the football. Fales has a very quick release. Second down, they go on the ground to Crawley. Penalty flags everywhere. Crawley trying to push the pile forward inside the 5. Still going, no whistle, still. Now they finally blow the whistle, but there is a penalty flag down on the play.
Legal shift on the offense, number 89. 2 players moving, did not reset. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
Penalties on Chandler Jones as we take another look at it.
Yeah, Chandler Jones, they motion him into the backfield with an attempt to draw the linebackers out of the box to create a running lane. And I couldn't quite see where the other man was in motion to create the illegal shift. So they must have saw something that you or I didn't see.
First penalty of the night for the Spartans. Second and goal. Crawley again trying to get around the right side. Nothing doing. Great tackle by Tenoff. A 2-yard loss.
Very nicely done by number 36, Nick Tenoff, the senior. Again, using Chandler Jones to try and draw the linebackers to the other side, but watch as he slips the block of the right tackle, number 75, and makes the play in the backfield. Nice play right there to force the 3rd and goal, 3rd and long.
3rd and goal from the 14. Fales gets rid of it quickly. This is Winston. He gets up to the 10 before Siliuano trips him up, and that will bring the field goal unit out for San Jose State. So a good job defensively by the Aztecs following that reverse call to force San Jose State into a field goal.
And really a great job. And what it was individuals getting off the block and making the individual play. And that's what you have to do. You can't just go 1 for 1. You got to make the block or get off the block.
Lopez now 2 for 2 on field goals, and San Diego State opponents are now 29 for 29 in the red zone. They trail by 7.
Brent Stover in New York. Fresno State with a 1-game lead over San Jose State in the West Division of the Mountain West. Derek Carr, Isaiah Burse. Late first half, Fresno State leads Wyoming 14-10, guys.
Brent, thank you, and certainly the fans for both of these teams keeping a close eye on that score tonight. Keep in mind, San Jose State hosts Fresno State the day after Thanksgiving, and that game is right here on CBS Sports Network. So if San Jose State controls its own destiny to win the division, they win out. They're going to the Mountain West Championship game December 7th on CBS. Coming right down to the wire as Crazy George, the #1 fan. Today is his 70th birthday, and there's no better place for him to celebrate than here at Spartan Stadium. On the return, Vaughn Jr. Check that, it's Lockett who brought that out. I apologize. Colin Lockett on the return, and the Aztecs offense will come back out onto the field. Well, join CBS Sports Network and USAA as we salute our veterans all week long.
Offside. Kicking team number 6. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Penalty on Damon Ogburn Jr. So the Aztecs offense comes back out with 6:59 to go. And they're only down by a touchdown. Despite the kicking problems, a blocked field goal and a blocked extra point.
And really, going back to that last drive, even though they gave up points, a big win for Rocky Long's defense coming away with just 3.
No doubt about it. On first down, they give it to Muema, trying to run left. And again, it's his friend, Keith Smith, making the tackle. Keith Smith, just a tremendous career. Came into the game with 426 career tackles, the most of any active player in the country.
And just has a great natural feel on how to play linebacker. You watch him, he's always moving with his shoulders square, but always moving towards the line of scrimmage. And just when he has to, he explodes into the backfield and able to make plays one-on-one.
Kaler play action, second down, looking deep for Ruffin, nearly intercepted by Ben Wickery. That would have been his second of the night. Dangerous pass there by Kaler.
Again, great battle. They're trying to get Ezel Ruffin deep. But Ben Wickery, so far, has played an absolutely flawless game. They run the tight end Adam Roberts to the corner, trying to open up the seam downfield for Ruffin, but again, playing the ball at the point of attack, turning into an offensive player. Again, just doing an outstanding job and playing flawless in here in this first half.
3rd down and 10. Aztecs tonight, 3 out of 5 on 3rd downs. Kaler's pass to Ruffin through his hands and nearly intercepted. And that's a ball that Ezel Ruffin should have caught.
Yeah, this one was there. Blitz pressure. You're going to see Ezel Ruffin try and come right behind his other wide receiver. That window was right there, and that ball was right where it needed to be. That's about as open as Ezel Ruffin has been there tonight. And again, he's had a hard time getting open against Ben Wickery. But right there, you got to come down in a critical 3rd down when you're wide open with the catch.
3 and out for the Aztecs. That brings Joel Alisi, the punter, back out. And he boots this one to Crawley, who calls for a fair catch at the 25-yard line. And that's where the Spartans will have the ball with 6:08 to go in the first half.
Brent Stover in New York coming up on the Verizon Halftime Report. LSU and Alabama lives up to the billings. The #1 tie to avoid being upset at home. Plus, UCF gets a late charge from Houston. Could the Knights clear the latest hurdle in their BCS hopes? And Jameis Winston and Johnny Manziel each continue their legend in impressive fashion. That and more at the break, but for now we head back out to Andrew and Adam.
All right, Brent, looking forward to that. Thank you very much. Here at Spartan Stadium, they've been playing games here since 1933, and one of the unique features to this field is that on the home sideline, they huddle up in dugouts. You don't see that very often, maybe in Oakland, which is not too far away, but some dugouts here for the Spartans to talk things over. 1st and 10, fails. Dumps it to Kyle Nunn, and he is tackled for maybe a yard pickup. David Lamar was there to make the stop.
Tackle number 16, David Lamar.
Kyle's uncle Clarence was a defensive back at San Diego State. 9th round draft pick by the Saints back in 1988. Fales has some time, but his throw is low. And he was looking for Tyler Winston on the play. That'll bring up 3rd down and long.
Yeah, the Spartans over there were looking for maybe a pass interference call, but I think that was just excellent coverage. Tyler Winston had nowhere to break to try and come down with that pass. And really, both of these passing offenses struggling a little bit to find any downfield passing game. Everything has been kind of underneath for San Jose, maybe some screens, but really struggling to drive the ball down the field.
3rd down and 8. Fails. He's going to take it himself. And he is hit hard at the 35-yard line. Penalty flag along the near sideline. Fales took a big shot, and that's going to be right at the stick, but let's see what the penalty is. Nat Burhay made the tackle on Fales.
Holding. Defense. 10-yard penalty from the end of the run. 1st down.
So a costly penalty on Rocky Long's defense.
Well, the coverage was good downfield. Right here is Derek Largent. On the snap, he goes in here. And that's what gives David Fales the edge to scramble for the first down. And that's the key to playing any good defense, especially on third down. You got to be able to keep contained, keep the quarterback in the pocket. Poor job of leverage by the Aztec defense.
So first down and 10 for San Jose State. They go back to the air. Fales over the middle to Freeman. He's got the catch, and he is hit hard, and now they're saying it's incomplete, and Freeman was drilled. Training staff races out to attend to Billy Freeman. Pinkins was the man who hit the redshirt freshman.
Just a
Official
monster.
timeout for injury.
This is a monster hit over the middle by Eric Pinkins on the tight end. And you can see, I mean, that's just right there, right under the chin, and Freeman had a chance. He took 2 steps, and he had a chance to protect himself. So I believe that's a good no call by the referee not to call targeting.
The primary concern now is with Freeman out of Mesa, Arizona. And as they attend to the redshirt freshman, will step aside here in San Jose. The good news is Billy Freeman was able to walk off the field, but he clearly took a huge shot. Now, the definition of targeting is on the left of your screen. There was no penalty flag on this play for targeting, and Adam, you believe that's the right call?
I do, and look, this is an ambiguous rule. Certainly is the helmets do touch, but the question is what constitutes a defenseless opponent? And to me, Billy Freeman, you see him, he's able to take 2 steps. He's able to look the defender in the eye and make a football move. And that's where Eric Pinkins hits him first in the chest and then slides up right under the chin. And so, yep, that's a vicious hit. That's a physical hit. And obviously, Billy Freeman is woozy and is seeing some stars right there. But in my opinion, that is a good no call from these Mountain West officials.
So Freeman on the sideline. Pinkins, the senior, was the man who delivered that big hit. And following the incompletion, it's 2nd down and 10 for San Jose State. Each team with 3 timeouts remaining. Winston makes that catch along the sideline into San Diego State territory, forced out by King Holder. And that'll bring up 3rd down and short. San Jose State 3 for 7 on 3rd downs this evening. 3rd down and 4 here with 4 wide receivers and Lawson next to Fales. And now a whistle and a timeout called for by San Jose State.
Prior to the snap, San Jose has called their first timeout of the half. This will be a 30-second timeout in length.
With that timeout, let's go to New York. Brent Stover has an update.
Yeah, guys, UCLA and Arizona, check out this catch off the tip. Shaq Evans, the concentration, the toe drag. 24-10, UCLA the advantage.
Oh, it's a heck of a catch. Thank you very much, Brent. With 4:39 to go in the 2nd quarter. There are 188 players in this game from the state of California, and both of these schools have had some success over the last couple of years. You look at best win percentages since 2011, and these 2 schools are 3-4. Following the timeout, 3rd and 4. Fails over the middle. Jones has the first down for the Spartans. 5th catch tonight for Chandler Jones, and the drive continues with 4.5 minutes to go in the 2nd quarter.
This is a tough play. They put Chandler Jones right here, and he makes an out cut and then an in cut, trying to beat man coverage. And this is a popular route that they like to run on 3rd down. So he gets the defensive back to go to the outside, plants his foot, comes up underneath. Great timing from David Fales to convert the first down.
Lawson up the middle, hit hard, right at the 40-yard line. Matt Burhay making the tackle for the Aztecs.
Andrew, I always used to get jealous when I watched Rocky Long's defense in this 30 stack for the guys that played that Aztec position, lining up about 8 yards deep, able to just flow to the football and be the free hitter making plays. It just looks like a fun position for any defensive player to play.
Brian Urlacher certainly had fun in New Mexico under Rocky Long in that spot. 2nd and 7. They pitch to Crawley. Back to Fales. Fales throws. Wide open. Touchdown, Chandler Jones. A 40-yard touchdown on the trick play by the Spartans. David Fales now 2nd alone in all-time career touchdown passes at San Jose State. Chandler Jones, 83 yards receiving on the night, and that touchdown gives the Spartans a 20-6 lead. And Arch, this is certainly worthy of another look.
Oh, those tricky Spartans. Chandler Jones is right here. He's going to casually come out, act like he's blocking, and then sprint to the other side of the field. Last week, it was a reverse pass from Billy Freeman to Kyle Nunn for a touchdown. This time, again, a little bit of trickeration in positive territory, and the Aztec defense completely dropped Chandler Jones. This is one where you've got to get your eyes right, make sure you stay on your man. Great execution from the Spartans on offense.
And what you've seen here in the 2nd quarter is more of a commitment to the pass. And that's an advantage that the Spartans have. They are 15th in the country in passing yards per game, and this San Diego State defense is 107th in passing defense. And early on, it looked like the Spartans were trying to establish the run. Didn't work. That's all right. They got David Fales. And now they've got 20 points here in the first half.
And one of the byproducts of Rocky Long's defense, they're so aggressive and they play so much man-to-man coverage. A lot of time, if the pressure doesn't get to the passer, the guys in the back end sometimes this season have had a tendency to drop their coverage and play a little bit undisciplined. That happened right there, and of course, it came back to bite them.
Lockett at the 2. Tackled at the 16-yard line. And now there's some pushing and shoving at the 25-yard line. Special teams skirmish. Eston El-Ukta for San Jose State. And for San Diego State, it looked like it was Nat Burhay. And there is a penalty flag on the field. And now they say no flag. They picked it up. So no penalty flag. With 3:19 to go, 2nd quarter, Aztecs have all 3 timeouts.
And plenty of time for this offense to work their normal offense. They don't need to be in a rush right here.
Chase Price is the back. Play action. Kaler throws and has Ruffin at the sticks. And he's forced out of bounds by Ben Wickery. And that's going to be just shy of a first down. Interesting to see, Adam, if San Diego State starts looking for Lockett. Ruffin's been tied up by Ben Wickery. That's been a great one-on-one battle, and there's no doubt that Ruffin's turned into the favorite target of Quinn Kaler. Does he go somewhere else to a Colin Lockett, possibly? On 2nd and 1, Muema. And he has a first down for the Aztecs with 2:47 to go. Once again, Keith Smith on the stop, tackling his good buddy Adam Muema.
And again, there's plenty of time here. San Diego State, they have the ability to throw the ball down the field, but they still have their timeouts here. And again, running their normal base offense.
Ben Wickery is matched up with Lockett here. So Ruffin was open. Instead, they dump it to Young, the fullback, and it's hard to tackle him. He goes out of bounds at the 42-yard line. Smith was right there, but Ruffin was open down the field. A rare opportunity when Ben Wickery was not on Ruffin.
Yep, he sure was. He was right there open on the corner route. And for whatever reason, he didn't have the confidence, but right there is an opportunity for a big play potential.
Just the 10th catch of the season for the fullback Young. It's good for a first down. 1st and 10 with 2 minutes to go. Kaler, screen to Muema. Muema trying to get outside, and he gets close to midfield before Isaiah Irving brings him down.
I like the tempo, Andrew. I like the urgency. I like the way they're executing right now. Doing a nice job mixing in some screens, some runs, some play action passing. But the key is they have to be able to convert right now. You're down by 14 points going into halftime. They have to keep up this execution and try and find a way to get a touchdown out of this drive.
Got to get some points on this drive. 90 seconds to go, 2nd and 3. Again, all 3 timeouts for the Aztecs. Ball is loose. Pumphrey never got a handle on it, but they recover. Remember earlier in the first quarter, Kaler botched the snap, and this time Pumphrey didn't get a handle on the handoff.
Yeah, and it looks to me that's on Pumphrey. Kaler put the ball
San
right
Diego
where it's
State.
supposed to be.
It's called their first time out of the half. This will be 30 seconds in length.
And I would lean on putting that one on the freshman for the mistake.
First time out of the half for the Aztecs as they face a big 3rd down and 2. They're able to recover that botched handoff, but they've had some mistakes in this first half, especially with the kicking game. Early on, field goal blocked. Then Kaler was picked off by Ben Wickery. Great play by Ben Wickery there. Then on the snap, Kaler lost that turnover. Extra point was blocked. And yet the Aztecs down 13 and a chance to put some points on the board before halftime. 2 timeouts, 3rd down and 2. That was Pumphrey's first touch of the 2nd quarter. Saw a lot of Muema in the 2nd. 3 for 6 tonight on 3rd downs are the Aztecs. Kaler rolls right, throws, pass is caught for a first down, and that's Dylan Denso, the senior. 12th catch of the season for Denso. And the Aztecs move the sticks.
A sprint out pass, conservative pass, Denso in the slot. And the Spartans on defense, they play a little bit of a combination coverage right there, but Ben Wickery playing a little bit too far off, not able to come up in time and negate the catch.
Kaler in trouble and just flicks the ball out of bounds. Denso was close. That's being
There's no
generous.
intentional grounding. Number 10 was in the area.
That's Denso,
Second down.
number 10. And Adam, one thing to keep in mind here, the Aztecs aren't playing for a field goal. It's not like they got to get to the 20 to get in field goal range. There is no field goal range with this team. They've missed 6 consecutive field goals. They haven't made one since September. So it's not like they need to get 20 yards. They really need to go all the way in the end zone.
Yeah, you're wasting your time, Andrew, if you line up in field goal formation.
2nd and 10. Kaler pump fakes. Now looks deep, has Vizzy down there, and he makes the catch at the 18. Ogburn Jr. on the coverage, but Vizzy reels that one in, a 27-yard pickup.
This is a great job of setting up the safety. Acting like you're going to go to the corner, sticking your foot in the ground, coming up underneath, and winning at the point of attack.
1st and 10, end zone to Lockett. He's got it. Was he in bounds? Yes! Touchdown, Aztecs. We thought they might go to Lockett because of the way Ruffin's been covered by Ben Wickery. And Kaler finds the senior Lockett for just his 2nd touchdown of the season.
And if there's one thing watching Kaler over the last few games, he does have that tendency to lock in on Ezel Ruffin. And so for them to have success in the passing game, he's going to have to start to look to his other wide receivers. And of course, the senior comes up huge right there for the Aztecs.
Different kicker. It's Wes Fear, who started the year as the place kicker. He's on for the extra point. And his kick is blocked. You have got to be kidding me. I'm honestly speechless.
Well, you can either not talk or laugh. I don't really know. I've never really, in my years of playing football, I really haven't seen anything like this. And of course, we're talking about college guys, so they're not going to have the consistency of NFL guys. But extra points, I mean, it just doesn't get much easier than that. And Rocky Long has a puzzling look on his face.
Well, he told us earlier this week that McMorrow was his kicker. No doubt about it. He wanted McMorrow to know that even if he missed, he's still the kicker. Well, so much for that. Here in the second quarter, they bring in their second string kicker, and his extra point is blocked.
Yeah, they thought that they were doing their kickers a disservice by not naming a guy. And they felt like that would give him the confidence to go out there and make the kicks, knowing that he is the man, not looking over his shoulder. But as we've seen, it's not limited to one player. This is a systemic problem that we're seeing right here for the Aztecs. And, you know, the bottom line is you don't have a reliable kicking unit. You're going to lose games at some point because of that aspect of your team.
Well, they did lose against Fresno State. They had a chance to win it with a field goal at the horn, missed that, lost in overtime. And really the entire strategy has to change now for Rocky Long. I mean, he's got to be thinking about two-point conversions. And every time there's a fourth down in San Jose State territory, they got to go for it. I mean, it's no more, let's see what happens. We know what happens. They do not have a kicker that can make an extra point or a field goal. McMorrow's kick is fielded at the 15. And Crawley with a nice return. So with 34 seconds to go, Spartans have 2 timeouts. They can do some damage here before the half as we go back to the touchdown.
Yeah, 2 explosive plays. The first one to Tim Vesey down the middle, and this is just isolation. Colin Lockett, simple fade pattern, and he blows right by Deshaun Frierson. Just blows right past him, and Frierson looking in the backfield. And one of my old defensive coordinators used to say when you're playing man coverage, if you see the ball thrown, you're going to see the ball caught. You got to make sure your eyes are in the right place and take care of your responsibility. Colin Lockett making his presence felt.
34 seconds and 2 timeouts for the Spartans, and they do get the ball to start the second half. Fales going deep, and he overthrows none.
And he had him. He missed it.
Fales tonight with 168 passing yards has moved into 3rd place all time at San Jose State. Not bad for a guy who's playing just his 21st game.
And in 2 different offenses. The offense has changed, and you just saw here, last year was more spread, more underneath stuff. He had the great completion percentage. They're asking him to throw the ball downfield more this season.
Looking downfield here over the middle, and it's incomplete. Had a wide open man. That was Tyler Winston, and he couldn't bring it in.
Yeah, that's 2 in a row. And the Spartans, again, outside of the play action pass to the tight end, Billy Freeman, earlier in the game, they really haven't had the opportunity of going downfield. You had a chance right there, 2 plays, explosive plays in a 2-minute situation, and you have 2 misfires by the quarterback.
3rd down and 10. Austin Lopez's career long is 51 yards. Pressure coming, and Fales was able to get rid of it to Thomas Tucker, but not much on that play. And let's see if Rocky Long uses a timeout. I think with the way his special teams unit has performed, that it might just be safest to go into the locker room.
Yeah, you got to milk this one. Let it go down. You've captured a little bit of momentum here going into halftime. Try and rally the troops for a big second half.
Well, that was something that first half, Mr. Archuleta.
Yep.
So a little bit of everything. And at intermission, San Jose State runs off with an 8-point lead on San Diego State. Ron Carragher's team trying to win its 5th straight game. And the first-year head coach is with Lauren Gardner.
Thank you, Andrew. Well, Coach, you knew you had a challenge ahead of you with Rocky Long in that defense. How much of the score do you attribute to Jimmy Doherty and his offense?
Well, I think Rocky's doing a good job. We had some opportunities get away from us that we didn't take advantage of, but they're doing a good job. They're a good team. They're a good defense.
I was just informed that Billy Freeman is out with a head injury.
Yeah.
Do you think that was targeting?
No, I'm not going to. The officials do a great job. I trust their judgment at the call. It's just unfortunate when you lose a player to an injury, so we wish him well. Hopefully we'll get him back soon.
Thanks a lot, Coach.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Jimmy Doherty, the offensive coordinator under Ron Carragher, and as you heard Lauren say, Billy Freeman, the redshirt freshman tight end, will not return tonight after that big hit. That's the end of the first half with the score 20-12, San Jose State. After the break, back to our CBS Sports Network studio in New York for the Verizon Halftime Report. You're watching college football on CBS Sports Network, presented by Pep Boys. Beautiful night in Northern California. Start of the third quarter between San Diego State and San Jose State. And at intermission, the Spartans have an 8-point lead. Back with Adam Archuleta, I'm Andrew Catalon. What a wild first half that was. Special teams mistakes, turnovers, injuries, a little bit of everything in that first half. Arch, how about some of the accurate keys to success for the second half of these teams?
Well, the first thing, if you're the San Diego State Aztecs, it was very evident here in the first half. You've got to clean this up. 3 block kicks, well documented. You had balls on the ground, interception. You got to establish that run game. 200 yards, 4 out of the last 5 games. That's been your bread and butter. Adam Moema has to be a factor in the second half. And for the Spartans, got to throw the ball downfield. Outside of that trick play, the double reverse pass from David Fales, only averaging 4.8 yards per passing attempt. And explosive plays. You let San Diego State get back in the game there at the end of the half with 2 explosive plays down the field.
Lauren Gardner chatted with Rocky Long about the kicking game. Lauren, I'm sure that was a very pleasant conversation.
It was interesting. I have a few numbers for you guys. 1 missed field goal, 2 missed PATs from 2 separate kickers. Rocky Long flat out told me his kicking game has been terrible. When I asked him if he's going to bring that unit out again in the second half, he told me he wasn't sure. And we did see that other kicker out there, Wes Spear, warming up at the half. He said that was not his decision to put him in. It was the special teams coach, and he wasn't happy about that either. He's really not happy about much, guys.
Well, it's hard to argue. Now, this was at halftime. Wes Spear was warming up. No indication of what that means. Rocky, as Lauren said, wouldn't say who it's going to be. This is Kevin McGarry, the special teams coach. And really, Adam, is it going to matter? Are they even going to attempt a kick in the second half?
Not if they're smart.
Tonight's Mountain West Showdown on CBS Sports Network is presented by Pep Boys.
And it's really, you watch it, it's just a low trajectory. Neither kickers are able to get that ball over the offensive line. That ball comes out very, very low, and that's where their problems lie.
Aztecs will start with the ball to begin the second half. Colin Lockett, who caught a touchdown in the first, receives the kick at the goal line. Lockett with some room, trying to get outside. Lockett still going at the 40, and he's tackled right there. Nice return by the senior, 39 yards. Take a look at some first half statistics, and the Spartans, who ran the ball so well last week, did not get it going on the ground in that first half, so Fales went to the air for 171.
And that's what stands out. Both of these teams, to run a balanced offense, have to run the ball much better. Those yardages aren't going to cut it. Big number. The turnovers here and the points off of turnovers right there for the Spartans have been the difference in the game.
Great field position for the Aztecs to begin the second half following the big return from Lockett. And on first down, they go to Moema. Cuts back. Nice moves. Adam Moema has some room. Moema off to the races at the 40. Moema chased by Ben Wickery and knocked out of bounds By number 12, Forrest Hightower, after a 39-yard run, longest of the night for Adam Muema.
This run right here was awesome. Adam Muema, watch how he sets it up, has the patience, and then cuts back inside. This play is supposed to follow his fullback, but he reads the block of his left guard, Zach Dilley, reverses field, and gets the Aztecs an explosive run play. Exactly what they need to start the third quarter.
He had 35 yards on 9 carries in the first half, 39 yards on 1 carry to start the second half. Muema gets a breather, and Donnell Pumphrey checks in at running back. He'll get the ball on 1st and 10. Pumphrey with some moves to the outside. Pumphrey one man to beat, and he can't beat him. Touchdown saving tackle by Christian Tago, but the Aztecs are set up with 1st and goal after a 14-yard run by the freshman.
Look, I know Donnell Pumphrey is only 5'9", but if he played basketball point guard, this crossover move where he sets Ben Wickery up to the outside and cuts in is among one of the best you're going to see. It's so hard in space to make that one-on-one tackle almost impossible for a defender.
Here's the area where we keep an eye on the fullback, Chad Young, leading the way in this case for Muema. Young cracks one of the defenders, and Muema gets across the 5-yard line before Keith Smith makes the stop. You could hear that up here, the hit that Chad Young just laid on one of the San Jose State defenders.
And offenses have changed a lot since I played college football in the late 90s. But this play right here is exactly the same, having to deal with the fullback, and a fullback that plays as physically as Chad Young, a very tough assignment for any defender.
2nd and goal for San Diego State. Roberts goes in motion. Muema again, and his friend Keith Smith comes up to make the tackle. They were best friends in high school, and Keith Smith tackles his best friend for a 1-yard loss.
Again, Keith Smith right here. He plays downhill. He has such a knack for understanding blocking schemes, understanding how to get inside, and then make the one-on-one tackle in the hole. Sometimes, Andrew, guys get hyped up, but he lives up to the hype. He is an excellent linebacker.
4 runs on this drive. Do they go to the air on 3rd and goal? Kaler rolls out. Got to get rid of it. He's hit hard. Kaler is sacked by Sean Bacon. First sack tonight for the Spartans defensively, and now the question is, what do you do?
There he is, off of the edge. Outside linebacker chasing down the sprint out pass. Kaler nowhere to throw the ball, and he explodes into the quarterback. And now here you go. Here's the decision for Rocky Long, making the right call, going for it here on 4th and goal.
This is how bad the situation is. It's a 33-yard field goal. They're going for it on 4th and goal. And there's movement on the line.
And this is where it really gets squirrely, Andrew. Now it's going to be a 4th and 20 situation. Terrible odds. This is where you would love to have the field goal.
Delay game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
And some of that was on the decision that Rocky Long had to make. And now he's going to send out his field goal unit.
Really, I don't think he has a choice. Your odds of converting on a 4th and 20 just aren't there. So right now it's pretty much a flip of a coin. Are you going to get 3 points or no points? As tough and as painful of a decision this is, it's what you have to do right now.
It's McMorrow for a 37-yard attempt. He missed from 35. It was blocked. And the kick is no good. The Aztecs are now 0 for their last 7 on field goal attempts. Well, it wasn't blocked. But the Aztecs cannot buy a kick, be it a field goal or an extra point. McMorrow misses again, and the big drive goes for naught.
College football on CBS Sports Network is being brought to you by Verizon. Never be without football. Call ** NFL to download NFL Mobile from Verizon. By Quicken Loans, for a mortgage experience that's engineered to amaze. And by your local Acura dealer.
Back in San Jose, where San Diego State does not know the way to kicking the ball through the uprights. They've missed 7 consecutive field goals this season, 2 tonight, and 2 extra points have been blocked.
And think about it, quick math, elementary math, Andrew. Easy kicks. The game should conceivably be tied right now.
Lawson on first down gets to the 25-yard line. Let's take a look at our Pep Boys QB pass chart for David Fales, and he's had some success going deep, but look at that 11 to 20 range.
Well, really the deep one, 40 yards was to Chandler Jones on a reverse pass, so that you got to take that into account. But more glaringly there, right before the halftime, was the 2 big misses down the field that could have allowed them to drive and potentially get in a scoring position. So a bit of a mixed bag tonight for David Fales.
Throwback to the freshman Winston, and he has a first down before Pinkins drags him down. Arch, I want to go back to the kicker, and kicker is a lonely position, but psychologically on the sideline, if you're a San Diego State defensive player or even the quarterback who's leading them down the field and the kicking game continues to fail you, what is it like on that sideline right now?
Yeah, you've lost faith. I mean, and it sounds harsh, but the fact of the matter is that has been a very undependable part of the game. And right now, again, I made the point earlier, the game should be tied right now with some easy kicks that should have been made.
Fales, miscommunication with Winston and incomplete. Aztecs defense has played well tonight. Second and 10. Big block from Lawson. Fales looking deep, has a man, and it's caught by Jones. Pressure was coming on the quarterback, David Fales, and the redshirt freshman, Jared Lawson, stepped up with a big block, a 31-yard pickup.
And that was key. Pressure off of Fales' right side, and he gets the block from Lawson, who came all the way over from the other side. Chandler Jones here on the corner route, matched up with Rene Siluano. And again, that connection that has been so good throughout this season gives the Spartans an explosive pass play.
They reverse it to Jones, and he is hit hard. Not fooled was Pinkins, and Pinkins has made some big hits tonight.
And anybody can make a tackle in a phone booth in a small area, but to tackle a guy with the athleticism and change of direction as Chandler Jones, for Pinkins to come up and make that play in an open field and a hard physical tackle, that's really good safety play.
Loss of 1, so it's second down and 11. The Spartans with the ball at the Aztecs' 35-yard line. Lawson trying to slip between the center and the guard. He does. As we go back to New York, an update with Adam Zucker.
All right, Andrew, thank you very much. Here's the latest in Laramie. Fresno State going for it on 4th and goal. Yeah, Derek Carr to Marcel Jensen. 28-10 right now. Bulldogs at Wyoming, guys.
All right, Adam. Bulldogs trying to remain undefeated. Again, they come here to San Jose the day after Thanksgiving. That game will be televised by CBS Sports Network. 3rd down and 5 for San Jose State. Lawson next to Fales. Fales over the middle to Jones, incomplete. And Burhay closed quickly on defense for San Diego State.
And that's what you're supposed to do. Nat Burhay, plays the pass exceptionally well, breaks on the football right here. They're trying to run a seam route, fails trying to squeeze it in right there, but Burhay with perfect timing to break up that pass. He's got excellent range, plays the run very well, and is equally as good defending the passing game.
46-yard try for Lopez, and the kick is good. Another kiss and in for Lopez. Second of the night where he's had a little help. And he's now 3 for 3 on the evening. I mean, you look at San Diego State, they cannot buy a kick. And for the second time tonight, Lopez with the kiss. .806 to go, third quarter. Austin Lopez 3 for 3 tonight, but you could tell by his demeanor that he knows he's been a little bit lucky. 2 of his 3 have gone in with a little bit of help.
Yeah, I think Rocky Long would take that. I think anybody would take that considering the circumstances, but the only thing that matters is that the ball finds a way to get inside and over the crossbar. And that's been the difference in the game. The kicking game, the field goal game, extra point game is the difference so far here tonight.
And it's totally changed the way that Rocky Long has to approach his offense now. A lot of 4-down territories, and if they score 2-point conversions. This is Vizzy on the return across the 20, gets the 25 and knocked out of bounds. 25-yard return for Vizzy. Let's take a look at the BCS standings driven by the all-new 2014 Jeep Cherokee. And Alabama, as we showed you earlier, and as you saw on CBS, remains undefeated with the big win over LSU.
And that tells me a lot. I thought Florida State so far this season was maybe a little bit more impressive than Alabama up to this point. But the way they disposed of LSU, leaning on that ground game there in the second half today, showed me a lot. That is a solid football team that deserves maybe to be in that top spot after beating LSU.
And Florida State impressive against Wake with the big 59-3 win. 1st and 10 for the Aztecs. Kaler in trouble. Kaler goes down. Second sack tonight by the San Jose State defense. Travis Ricidi leading the charge.
And this is what the Spartans need. They haven't had a ton of pressure on quarterbacks so far this year. Play action pass, but you gotta love Ricidi coming in on an inside stunt in there late to get to Kaler and bring him down.
4-yard loss. Kaler play action. Dumps it off to his tight end, Adam Roberts. And he gets across the 30-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd down. When you see Travis Ricidi, who made the sack on 1st down. Rare to see a defensive lineman wearing number 3. Interesting story. He used to wear number 90 when he was a freshman. Had really poor grades as a freshman. Worked hard at it. Got his GPA above a 3. So the old coach, Mike McIntyre, said, you know what you should do since you got your GPA up there? Change your number. And he said, you know what? I will. So that's why the defensive lineman wears number 3.
I like that. That's a good one.
Big 3 here for the Aztecs. 3rd down and 4 with 6:45 to go in the 3rd quarter. Kaler's throw is dropped. Eric Judge was open, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Again, that's what you got to have it. You've got to be able to make these plays. Isolation route off coverage. This one should be an easy throw and catch right there. Ball just a little bit low. And the fact that Judge was a little bit on his heels made that catch a little bit more difficult. But the quarterback has to put the ball in a catchable spot. And if you get your hands on it in that situation, you got to be able to bring it down and convert.
3rd 3 and out for Bob Toledo in the Aztecs offense. Alisi boots it away. Crawley moves over. It's a short punt. And the kicking woes continue for San Diego State. A 23-yard punt. Punter Joel Alisi scratching his head on the San Diego State sideline after a 23-yard punt. The kicking unit as a whole for the Aztecs has been atrocious tonight and for much of the season. For more on the kickers, let's check in with Lauren Gardner.
Well, Andrew, they have not been ousted from the team as we might have thought. The team's actually supporting these two. I think they really want to stand behind them as they know their importance. And it's interesting, from the last time we covered this team several weeks ago, this sideline was really up and down. I would say tonight they're more even keel. This is definitely not a sideline that has given up, guys.
Thanks, Lauren. You have to encourage them. I mean, I don't know what else you do. They're your teammates, but it really changes the game plan for Rocky Long as to what he can do moving forward, not only tonight, but in the future. I mean, you know, you've heard of teams maybe looking at soccer players to see if they can come out and help, but it's just nothing is going right for the Aztecs in terms of their kicking.
Yeah, it's too late. You're not going to find anybody off the street at this point in the season, so this is just something you're going to have to deal with, and sooner or later, one of those guys and that entire unit is going to have to come through when their football team needs it.
47.
Second down and 6 for San Jose State. Again, they're without tight end Billy Freeman, knocked out with a head injury in the first half. And Fales throws incomplete. Let's go to New York. Adam Zucker with a UCLA update.
All right, Andrew, thank you very much. They're going back and forth in the desert. B.J. Denker to Nate Phillips for Arizona, and Phillips going to finish it. They're down 5. That was their second touchdown connection of the quarter. Andrew, Arch.
All right, thank you very much, Adam. With 5:45 to go, third quarter. San Jose State up 23-12. Third down and 6, though, for the Spartans. Pressure coming. Fales steps up and Fales goes down. First sack tonight for the Aztecs defense. And give it to Nick Tenoff, his third of the year.
A great job by Nick Tenoff, but here's John Sanchez, number 99, comes up inside, blows right past the right tackle, and that's what forces David Fales to climb up inside the pocket. And again, remember, Tenoff, with the hustle earlier with the interception, falls back inside and makes the sack.
Now the punt for Harrison Wade, low kick, bounces at the 25, fielded by Vizzy, and now he's trying to go the other way. There's a penalty flag down as Vizzy's still going. Now another pad comes in. There's 3 flags down. Vizzy's still running. The punter finally makes the tackle, but there are 3 penalty flags on the field.
Yeah, that one's coming back, but some fancy footwork out there by Vizzy. Nice job trying to make something happen.
And while they sort it out, Arch, again, you got to credit the San Diego State defense. They've held San Jose State to 255 yards, and that was the second 3 and out as there's an injured Spartan down on the field. Brad Kuh, a reserve linebacker. Here's David Alvarez with the call.
We had 3 fouls on the return team, all blocks in the back. The one at number 10 will be enforced from the spot of the foul, first down.
All 3 calls were on San Diego State. It's going to be a long night for the special teams coach of the Aztecs.
Yeah. Not ideal right now.
Evan McGarry. So that negates a 44-yard return by Vizzy. And the Aztecs offense comes back out onto the field. And with all these miscues, they're down 11 points. Still plenty of time to go in this game. See if they can put a drive together here. Muema shaking tacklers and finally dragged down on the play by Frierson.
That was a great job by both players. The jump cut to get to the outside by Muema with the athleticism, but for Frierson to be able to hold on and make that tackle, equally impressive at the cornerback position.
Muema has 13 carries for 75 yards and a touchdown tonight. Motion man is Pumphrey. Kaler steps up, throws off his back foot. It's complete to Chad Young, the fullback, and he's tackled immediately by, guess who, Keith Smith.
He's a baller. Very nice job. They tried to get Humphrey on motion and get him outside on a wheel route. Very good job outside by Frierson to pick him up. But then you got Keith Smith taking care of his responsibility and making the sure tackle outside on the big fullback.
The nation's leading tackler, averaging more than 13 per game. Had a 21 tackle game earlier this season against Minnesota. His stop there sets up 3rd and 6. And the fans here at Spartan Stadium making some noise, and penalty flags fly in. I don't think the play clock ever started.
False start. Offense, number 72. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
Doesn't matter, as the penalty was against the Aztecs for a false start. Keith Smith has 9 tackles tonight to lead the San Jose State defense.
And Andrew, it's one thing to make tackles down the field, but how many times have we seen him in the Aztec backfield? That's the mark of a great linebacker.
3rd down and 11. Kaler throws incomplete. He threw it outside, rough and cut inside, and that brings up 4th down and 11.
And Kenwick Thompson's defense right now for the Spartans are doing a terrific job, not only stuffing this Aztec running game. Yes, Adam Moema has had a chance to get loose a little bit, but for the most part, they are making the Aztecs earn everything. That time showing pressure, dropping out, playing coverage, and forcing the Aztecs to punt.
Alisi had a 23-yarder last time. See if he can get off a better one here. He does. Crawley calls for a fair catch at his own 47. A 38-yard punt for Alisi. Great field position for the Spartans. Keith Smith having a day for San Jose State. San Jose State up 23-12 on what's really a reunion of sorts tonight here in San Jose. Take a look at the 1997 UCLA Bruins. Under Bob Toledo's direction, Rocky Long, the defensive coordinator, Ron Carragher, the wide receivers coach. We're all together and now reunited here in San Jose with Toledo as the offensive coordinator under Rocky Long and Carragher in his first year as head coach. It was Toledo who gave Carragher his first coaching job. Carragher was a grad assistant under Terry Donahoe. When Toledo took over, he promoted Carragher to wide receivers coach. And now with penalty flags before this drive begins for San Jose State. Looks to be a false start.
False start. Offense number 75. 5-yard penalty. Still 1st down.
During his playing days, Carragher was a backup quarterback. As you see the connections here, Toledo, Long, Carragher, they were 10-2 back in 1997. Won the Cotton Bowl over Texas A&M. Asked Rocky Long about those days, and he said, I can't remember that far back. He then did go on to compliment Carragher for being a classy guy, and Toledo actually said that he thinks that Carragher one day could be a UCLA head coach. He's just a UCLA guy. In fact, he was the backup quarterback. It looked like in his senior year that he was going to be the starter. The job was his until this guy showed up on campus who was Carragher, told us, wow, that guy's pretty big. He's probably going to be a great tight end target for me. Well, that guy was Troy Aikman, and Ron Carragher didn't play quarterback for UCLA. David Fales said that growing up, his favorite quarterback was Troy Aikman.
And Coach Carey, he said, yeah, he thought he would probably be a pretty good tight end until the first day of practice. They were playing catch and throwing the ball back and forth. He said, hey, wait a minute, this guy's got a pretty good arm.
Not bad.
This guy might be the real deal here. So he looks back on it and laughs. Of course, not a bad thing to be Troy Aikman's backup.
3rd down and 12. for San Jose State. The Aztecs trying to force another 3 and out. They bring pressure, fails over the middle, and it's caught for a first down. Clutch catch by Kyle Nunn. A 13-yard hookup.
And this is what I like about what David Fales just did. He used his eyes exceptionally well. He looked at Chandler Jones to draw the defense to that side, and then came back and was able to hit Nunn across the middle. Very good job of savvy quarterback play by David Fales using his eyes.
1st and 10 from the San Diego State 42-yard line. 1:30 to go, third quarter. Lawson has some running room. Lawson bouncing off tacklers and still going. Offensive coordinator Jimmy Doherty said that Lawson is tough as nails, and he proved it on that run.
And a great job by his offensive lineman pulling the backside guard, backside tackle, sealing the edge, and then Lawson, as soon as he gets outside, is able to turn up, burst up field, and you see the tough yards after contact. That's what they love about him. He is a tough running back at just a freshman.
15-yard run, his longest of the night. 1st and 10, whistles. And a stoppage and a timeout.
San Jose State has called their first timeout of the half. This is a 30-second timeout in length.
First timeout for the Spartans. Really a different San Jose State team from the beginning of the year. First 4 games, a 1-3 record. And you see the points per game way down, and look at the last 4, all victories for San Jose State, including the rush yards per game, as you highlighted, Adam. And you know, we asked Ron Carragher about that, and some of that's just the transition to a new coaching staff. You're seeing now that the players are more comfortable with the schemes put in by these new coaches.
They've had to change. And then you look at David Fales, he's surrounded by freshmen, and he's surrounded by young guys, and trying to learn that new system, trying to learn that new scheme. With newcomers on your roster, sometimes that takes a little bit of time. But the offense being more balanced with the emergence of the running game has been the difference in the last 4 games for the Spartans.
Following the timeout, 1st and 10. There it is on the ground to Lawson, who finds a hole and gets across the 15-yard line. Derek Largent on the tackle, but Lawson was able to get 9 yards.
And if you want to get this running game going for the Spartans on offense, you might want to get behind Ryan Jones, the left guard, number 74, who is probably their best offensive lineman, a guy that's physical, that's nasty, and does a tremendous job of getting defenders out of the running lane.
23rd career start for the left guard Ryan Jones. 2nd and 1. Fales looks to throw. A screen, and it's caught by Winston. He's tackled immediately. And they didn't get a first down. That's going to bring up 3rd down, and that's also going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. So a big 3rd down coming when we come back. That's the end of the 3rd. San Jose State up 23-12. You're watching college football on CBS Sports Network, presented by Pep Boys. We go to the 4th in San Jose, and the Spartans have a 23-12 lead on the Aztecs. Looking at some of the stats from tonight, Quinn Kaler, 12 for 22. Muema with 75 yards on the ground. Chandler Jones with 114 yards receiving. That is the 5th time this year he's gone over 100 yards, and the 8th time in his career. But a big 3rd down to start this 4th quarter. Aztecs have to hold San Jose State to a field goal. 3rd down and 3. Fales feeling the pressure, gets away from one but not another. Big play by the Aztecs defensively. And that'll send out the field goal kicker, Austin Lopez.
Well, timing was perfect. Off the edge, pressure right here by Rocky Long's defense, where you desperately needed a stop right there off of the edge. And Josh Gabbard on block, making a big play and forcing a little bit longer field goal attempt.
And John Sanchez finished him off. 38-yard attempt. Lopez's kick is blocked. And finally, something goes at the Aztecs' way. Now Burhay scoops up the loose ball and he's trying to run it. Burhay has some blockers down the sideline. Burhay still going. And he's brought down at the 35-yard line. Well, it's about time, but a huge special teams play by San Diego State, a 47-yard return.
How about that, Andrew, for a little bit of poetic justice for the Aztecs. Coming through, big block off of the edge right there by DeMonte Casey, the cornerback. And if there's one guy you want returning this and trying to get field position or a touchdown, it's got to be the best player in your defense, Nat Burhay, who does an exceptional job getting the Aztecs offense in San Jose State territory.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. And on the reverse, some running room for Pumphrey, trying to get to the outside. Beats one man, tippy toes down the sideline, and he's in. The official walked to the ground, but he's in for a touchdown. 34 yards. The defender knocked over the official, so he couldn't put his hands in the air to signal touchdown. But when he got up, he did, and Pumphrey's in. This is a wild game. And now the offense stays out. They're obviously going to go for 2. Can't kick an extra point, and it would also make it a field goal game for whatever that's worth. 6th touchdown of the season for Pumphrey. And now the 2-point try for the Aztecs. San Jose State not set defensively, and they have to call timeout. And that's their 2nd of the half.
San Jose State. It's called their 2nd timeout of the half.
So the Spartans
this will be a 30-second timeout.
Only have 1 timeout remaining the rest of the game. They have to burn one on a 2-point conversion.
This is nicely done. This is the fullback, Chad Young, on the lead block, and you see Pumphrey on the reverse. But it is absolutely crucial seal block right there on the right defensive end, number 53, Isaiah Irving. And then you see what Donnell Pumphrey is capable of in the open field with the burst, with the jets, tight roping the sideline and getting to the end zone. That's what the doctor ordered right there for the Aztecs on offense. And boy, it was awfully close for Pumphrey and not going out of bounds, but he is exciting.
And Christian Tago, the inside linebacker, was the defender who took out the official. Now following the timeout, 2-point conversion try for San Diego State. This would make it a 3-point game. Kaler rolls right, throws, and it's caught. 2-point conversion's good. Dylan Denso. And how about that quick strike from the Aztecs? Looked like San Jose State was going in possibly for a touchdown, at least a field goal, and instead it's 8 points the other way. An 11-point swing, the block, the Burhay return, the Pumphrey touchdown, the 2-pointer's good. It's a ball game in San Jose. .55 to go in the 4th quarter. San Diego State has cut it down to 3 as we go back to the touchdown by Donnell Pumphrey, and he was real close to going out of bounds.
Yeah, he was close. He was close, but look at, you're going to see green grass between that foot and the sideline.
And then Tago drills the official.
Oh, no.
And that's why there was a delayed call before they signaled touchdown.
You got to get your head on a swivel out there, ump.
Crawley back deep to receive the kick from McMorrow. Crawley takes it at the 1. He is decked short of the 20-yard line, and that's where the Spartans offense will take over, a 15-yard return. Well, join CBS Sports Network and USAA as we salute our veterans all week long. San Jose State last year won the Military Bowl. Finished 11-2, won their final 8 games, and then Mike McIntyre left for Colorado. Ron Carragher in his first year as head coach, looking to win his 5th straight game. But the Aztecs not going down easy, and still plenty of time in this ball game. Fails to throw on first down, looking for the home run ball to Jones, and it's incomplete. Coverage by Pinkins. Jones had a step, but a little too much on that one from David Fales.
Well, this has got to be, if you're San Jose State, this has got to be David Fales' quarter. He's got to come up big right now and make plays as the leader of this offense, a quarterback that has designs of playing in the National Football League. So now it's go time. San Diego State has been able to climb back into this football game. You must sustain this drive and at least, at the minimum, flip the field position.
Lawson on the carry. Over the last 4 games, the Spartans have averaged 216 yards rushing. But tonight, that carry brings them to 71 yards. So credit to the Aztecs defensively. They've stopped the run. They're trying to make Fales beat them.
And Andrew, over the last 6 games, they've been excellent at stopping the run. Opponents only averaging 3.2 yards per carry in that span. So they know how to get after the running game.
Big 3rd down and 5 here. Fales out of the shotgun. Here comes the pressure, and the pass is caught. What a catch there by Kyle Nunn. Now a penalty flag comes in after a 20-yard pickup. David Lamar on the coverage.
And Andrew, a great job.
Pass interference. Defense number 16. The penalty is declined. The result of play is a first down.
It's a good call. Lamar had his hand wrapped around Nunn when he made the turn. And a first down for San Jose State.
And a great job play design using Chandler Jones as a decoy underneath to open up that window, and Nunn with the strong hands to make a key grab with somebody all over him.
Lamar playing Gabe Lemon, not available tonight because of a nerve issue in his neck. He's week to week. Now Jones makes the catch, and he is swarmed by the Aztecs. And finally brought down by Marcus Andrews. No gain on the play. 8th catch by Chandler Jones. Let's go back to 3rd down.
And on this 3rd down, they bring Chandler Jones out of the backfield as a decoy to clear out underneath for that big window. And you're going to see right here at the edge, the safety goes up on Jones, and Nunn is able to run the in cut behind him. And again, tough catch in traffic.
Jones, the motion man here on 2nd and 10. Fales feeling the heat, gets away, rolling right, throws on the run, and it's caught by, guess who? Chandler Jones. Great job by David Fales to be patient and find the open man for 18 yards.
A really good job by David Fales getting out of pressure. Vanessa Harris absolutely demolished the right tackle over there, John Mayer, and for Fales to be able to keep that play alive, get outside the box, and find Chandler Jones on the sideline. Really nice job of improvising on offense.
1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. Lawson, met by Micah Seau, the nephew of Junior Seau. 3-yard gain on the play, brings up 2nd down and 7.
And Andrew, we started out this drive talking about how David Fales had to step up. So far, a big 3rd down throw there on that last play, or 2 plays ago, getting outside the pocket, finding Chandler Jones on the sidelines. These are the plays he's supposed to make, and he's delivering.
Seau showing blitz again. Fales has some time over the middle, and it's caught off the deflection by Chandler Jones. A 25-yard gain, his 10th catch of the night, and that was pretty.
In a tight game, in a big game, against two great teams. You need your seniors in crunch time to be able to make plays. And we have seen this on this drive. David Fales delivers the ball to Chandler Jones one-on-one with Rene Siluano all over him, and he taps the ball to himself and makes the catch. Excellent job by the two leaders on this team.
Spartans now in the red zone. Can San Diego State hold them to a field goal? Lawson running on first down, and he gets to the 13-yard line. Tonight's Red Zone being brought to you by Verizon. One touchdown tonight in the red zone. It was the Crawley touchdown. Again, San Diego State has not had a red zone stop the entire year. They're the only team in the country to not make a red zone stop defensively. Fails, tosses end zone to Crawley, got it! No signal yet, now there is, touchdown! Second of the night for number 2. Delayed call by the official, but how about the touch on this ball from David Fales?
And he made the throws. Brilliant drive so far by David Fales. Excellent effort out there by Tim Crawley to get that ball inside the pylon and make sure he scores. But this has been a drive about David Fales, Chandler Jones, and there on the last play, a freshman making a big play when they need it the most.
Extra point is good. And it's a 10-point ball game. Once again, the San Diego State defense cannot get a red zone stop. The deflected catch by Jones, a big play on the drive, fails to Crawley, finishes it off. 7 more for the Spartans. David Fales, his 3rd touchdown of the night, gives San Jose State a 10-point lead.
Great job of matchups. Josh Gavert's coming on a blitz, but he's got Peel contained. That means when he sees Crawley come out of the backfield, he has to abort the mission and get in coverage. So this is a nice job of designing a play to get a mismatch on a fast running back, Tim Crawley, on a linebacker. And of course, once again, David Fales puts the ball right where it needs to be. An excellent drive by this Spartan offense.
3 touchdowns now for Fales, 297 on the night. And Vizzy takes this at the 15, and he gets out at the 25-yard line. San Jose State looking to win its 5th straight game. And I want to correct myself because on the blocked field goal by San Diego State, that was technically a red zone stop by the San Diego State defense. That's the first time this year that the San Diego State defense is held in the red zone thanks to the blocked field goal by Casey.
Perfect timing to get that first stop and to do it in that fashion.
There's an injured Spartan on the near side of the field, right in front of one of the dugouts, and there's an official's timeout on the field with 9:47 to go. As we take a look at the updated standings in the West Division of the Mountain West, and we update it with Fresno State now defeating Wyoming tonight. So Fresno State now 9-0 overall, 6-0 in the conference. But again, keep this in mind. San Jose State, if they win out, they control their own destiny. They host Fresno State the day after Thanksgiving here on CBS Sports Network. San Jose State wins that one. They would take the West Division title and play in the championship game December 7th on CBS.
Yep, that's going to be a big one, Andrew. And guess who has a chance to call that game?
That's you.
Yeah, yours truly. So I'm looking forward to that. If it's anywhere close to as entertaining in this game, that one's going to be a treat.
The injured Spartan was Eston Al-Ukta, the junior defensive back. Aztecs with 1st and 10. And they go up the middle to Muema. And he picks up 2 on the play. 9:40 to go. Aztecs have all 3 timeouts. San Jose State with just 1 timeout, but they do have the 10-point lead.
Gladly trade my timeouts for a 10-point lead if I'm San Jose State.
Yes. Play action to Chase Price. Kaler on the run. Throws, and Lockett scooped it. That's incomplete. That bounced. And they're saying it's a catch. Another look here. It looked like it bounced.
Oh, he might have got that arm under it, Andrew.
They're going to try to hike it quickly. A 20-yard gain, and now the officials come in to take a look at it. Every play is reviewable.
Yeah, it is worth a review.
Previous ruling of a completed catch is under review. Further review.
And remember, Andrew, because it was ruled a catch now, they need evidence in order to overturn it.
Sure, and the official on the far side of the field, right in front of the San Diego State sideline, initially ruled incomplete. It was a trailing official that came in and called it a catch. Let's see if we can get a better look with this angle.
Oh boy, you can see the left hand right there is under the nose of the ball. The question is, did the ball touch the ground before he turned under it? So this one is awfully close.
I think your initial point is huge, Adam, that since it was ruled a catch on the field, it's going to be hard to have enough conclusive evidence to overturn this.
Man, I tell you what, that's awfully close. Based on the call, based on the angles we have, I've got to say that's going to end up a catch. I just don't see any evidence that's there to overturn it. It's awfully close. Question is right here, did the side of the ball touch the ground? And of course his body is shielding it. My vote, for what it's worth, it's catch.
Referee David Alvarez on the headset with the replay booth. If it stands, it's a 20-yard catch, and it would move the Aztecs into San Jose State territory. It would actually be marked at the 49-yard line.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands. First down.
Wow, so it's a first down for San Diego State.
A big call right there. Big conversion there for the Aztecs. And so far in this game, when they've been able to move the ball down the field, it's been when Colin Lockett has gotten involved in the game. Ezel Ruffin has been extremely quiet so far tonight. So I believe they have to find a way to get Colin Lockett more involved in this offense if they want to get back in the game. 4
catches for 76 yards for the senior Lockett. Kaler going back to the air, deep on first down as a man dropped. And that is your boy, Colin Lockett. He had a touchdown and couldn't reel it in.
It was there. He blew by him. He turned on the speed. He ran the fade route on Deshaun Frierson at the top of the screen. Great pass by Kaler, and he dropped it.
Again, they were working on the corner. Frierson trying to stay away from Ben Wickery, and Lockett dropped a touchdown. Second down and 10. Play clock at 2. They get it off. Kaler throws over the middle, has a man caught for a first down. That's Vizzy still going. Tim Vizzy all the way down to the 18-yard line after a 32-yard pickup.
Vizzy, another guy in this offense that, remember earlier on their scoring drive, deep pass down the middle, and Keith Smith right here almost has a chance to get there in the throwing lane. Falls back inside, but again, Quinn Kaler putting the ball right near the hash mark, understanding that that's where the landmark is and that's where the wide receiver is going to end up.
Into the red zone at the 19-yard line. 8:18 to go in the game. Play action again. Taylor just throws it away. Bob Toledo in his first year as the San Diego State offensive coordinator, a San Jose native, went to Lincoln High School. His sister still lives in San Jose, and Toledo actually went to San Jose State for 1 year as a student before leaving the school. 2nd down and 10. Taylor to Pumphrey, he's wide open, makes the catch at the 15. Big hit, keeps on going. Pumphrey inside the 5 and knocked out of bounds at the 1. Tell you what, for 5'9" and 155 pounds, this kid can play.
You can see why he has been on the field so much, playing a critical role for this offense as a freshman. Wise beyond his years, he's learned the offense, he's been great in pass protection, and it seems like every time this Aztec offense needs a big play, he's the one behind it.
18-yard pickup, his first catch. 1st and goal for San Diego State. Taylor, end zone, touchdown, Adam Roberts. Just the 2nd touchdown of his career. And now, do they go for 1 or 2?
You got to believe, you got to try the one-pointer. You have to. You have to have faith that they're going to be able to execute the extra point.
If you're just joining us, they've had 2 field goals missed, 2 extra points blocked. Now here's McMorrow back out there, looking for the extra point, and it's good! Normally don't get that excited on extra points.
That, my friend, is an accomplishment.
But every San Diego State fan is saying the same thing. The extra point is good. The big reception from Pumphrey. And then Adam Roberts, the junior tight end, reels in the touchdown. And hey, how about the extra point? We've got a 3-point game. 7:32 to go. $7:32 to go, 4th quarter. And San Jose State's lead is down to 3. McMorrow's extra point, the first kick converted tonight by the Aztecs. But let's look at the touchdown.
And this is what play action will do for you. Adam Roberts right here, the tight end, is going to go across the middle. And you're going to see the corner, number 6, Damon Ogburn Jr., is responsible for him in man-to-man coverage. But because of the run action to Adam Uema, puts Adam Roberts all alone in the back of the end zone, and Quinn Kaler is able to roll out and find the big tight end on the end line.
So McMorrow will kick it deep to Tim Crawley. And Crawley fields it at the goal line. Crawley is stuck hard, and penalty flags come in.
Tackle by number 10, Dylan Denso. There's a flag on the play.
Return, illegal block in the back. Return team number 55. Half the distance to the goal from the end of the run. 1st down.
It's on Moses Saucedo. San Diego State defense looking for a big stop here, Lauren Gardner.
They absolutely are, Andrew. And I'll tell you what, that last TD for the Aztecs sure did inject a lot of life into these guys on the sidelines. But the biggest thing after giving up that last score, that Rocky Long came over to his DBs and said, we have to make plays in coverage. It's really all about the secondary, guys.
Thank you, Lauren. No doubt about it, only 79 yards rushing tonight for the Spartans. and their worst starting field position of the night. They start on the ground. That's Lawson on the carry.
And Andrew, going back to Lauren's point, coverage. They have to find where Chandler Jones is, and they have to have an answer for him. They have not had an answer for number 89 all night long. He's made play after play. You better believe David Fales is going to look for his senior wide receiver target.
10 catches, 151 yards for Chandler Jones. 2nd down and 8. Fales looking deep. It's the backup tight end Teal, and it's broken up. Billy Freeman out of the game, so Jordan Teal, with just 1 catch on the season, was the intended target, but it was broken up, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 8. Eric Pinkins on the coverage.
And the safeties are the guys that are going to have to make the play. Eric Pinkins, he's an outside leverage right there, and a good job of playing the ball, getting the hand in there, didn't touch the ball, but just right there in the hip, causing a distraction on the wide receiver to break up that pass. 3rd and 8. This is what Rocky Long wants to see.
6 for 14 tonight on 3rd downs. Over the middle, pass is caught by Chandler Jones, but he is short of a 1st down. And Ron Carragher has to send out his punt unit. So a great job by the Aztecs defensively, forcing the 3 and out.
And that ball almost was picked off by Vaness Harris, the inside linebacker, who faked like he was blitzing on the outside, dropped back in the hole, and Fales barely got that ball past Harris. That was a disaster averted.
Harrison Wade, the punter, and it's a bad kick. Bounces at the 41 and down right about at the 40-yard line. So Harrison Wade comes up short on the punt. San Diego State with great field position, just a 25-yard punt from Wade. 6 minutes to go. Adam Archuleta and San Diego State in position to take the lead.
Look, the Aztecs, they love to keep it exciting in the 4th quarter. And just when you thought maybe the Spartans were kind of getting the momentum, maybe we're going to run away with this thing. Couple of big plays, couple of key stops, guys coming up, and now the Aztecs in great shape right now inside the 40-yard line.
Best starting field position of the night, Adam Muema. 2nd level running, and a 1st down for San Diego State. Forrest Hightower on the tackle, a 12-yard pickup for Muema.
And it's always a great sign when your fullback is the lead blocker, and he doesn't have to make contact until 6 yards down the field. And so there's nobody to tackle Adam Muema until he gets deep into the secondary.
Mick Morrow taking some practice kicks. San Diego State hoping to punch this one in on the drive. On 1st down, back to Muema, runs into his own tackle, and Tago makes the stop. Aztecs have been playing very well in the 4th quarter of late. In 4 of their last 5 games, they've scored at least 14 points in the 4th quarter.
Andrew, watch Keith Smith, how he takes on the offensive lineman, smacks the big 280-pounder right in the face, and then makes the tackle in the backfield. This guy is an animal.
Loss of 1 makes it 2nd and 11. Play action. Kaler looking end zone, incomplete. It was Lockett, the intended target. Ben Wickery right there with him.
And he had him. He had inside position. They used Ezel Ruffin underneath to draw the free safety to the other side of the field. And Lockett had a chance to get inside position. Kaler leads him more inside. That was an easy touchdown for the Aztecs. He missed it.
Well, right now, it would be a 49-yard field goal.
I don't think we're going to see a field goal attempt right there. This is 2-down territory right now for the Aztecs.
Just 4 for 10 on 3rd downs tonight. 3rd and 11. Kaler over the middle to Lockett, and he's tackled immediately by Forrest Hightower. Now decision time for Rocky Long with 4:39 to go. Do you go for it on 4th, or do you try to make a field goal?
He goes for it. This is not in his range.
San Diego State has missed 7 consecutive field goals. They have not made a kick since September 28th, and they are going to go for it on 4th and 8. 39% on the season, 3 out of 4 last week on 4th downs. First 4th down chance tonight. Taylor throws sideline, caught, first down. Colin Lockett on the grab. An 11-yard pickup on 4th and 8.
Now remember earlier, Andrew, key drop by Colin Lockett that would have been a for sure touchdown. But on 4th and 8, who are you going to go to? One-on-one coverage on the outside. Great job of driving the defensive back up the field, making the break, and then Quinn Kaler making a money throw with a sure-handed catch. It's an understatement to say that was a big conversion.
And that's something we highlighted earlier. They're staying away from Ben Wickeroo. They're picking on Frierson. He had the coverage there on Lockett. Muema on first down. Muema, end zone, touchdown. San Diego State pulls ahead with 3:32 to go. A 12-yard touchdown for Muema, his second of the night. Now an important extra point to force San Jose State to score a touchdown, and they will. Extra point is good. 2 in a row for the Aztecs. And remember, San Jose State has just 1 timeout remaining. Adam Muema has given San Diego State its first lead of the night. Can they hold on down the stretch?
College football on CBS Sports Network is brought to you by Sonic. Sonic Super Crunch chicken strips are juicy and crunchy. By Bud Light, it's the sure sign of a good time. Here we go. And by Napa. Napa know-how.
3:32 to go from Spartan Stadium. The Aztecs have taken their first lead. Adam Muema with his second rushing touchdown of the night. He's over 100 yards for the 4th time this season with 102. San Diego State was down by as many as 14 points tonight. It was 20-6, and they've come back to take the lead. Crawley fields the kickoff at the 5, and he slips at the 21-yard line. And that's where David Fales and the San Jose State offense will take over. But let's go back to the touchdown.
Just a great job. They're going to pull around in here, bring the big tight end up inside, but the key block right here on the linebacker. That's the guy who's supposed to come in there and make the play. But an excellent job by the left guard, Zach Dilley, to combo block up to the linebacker, and nobody's there to touch Adam Muema.
And look at that stat. Only 4 times has San Diego State, when trailing by 11 points or more in the 4th quarter, come back to win a game. Not out of the woods yet. David Fales will start at the 22-yard line. 1 timeout to work with. Off his back foot, incomplete. Was looking for Chandler Jones. Nat Burhay was right there.
And right now, look, it's got to be the David Fales show. This is a quarterback that wants to play in the National Football League, who's got a chance. And right now, in the 4th quarter, with your team down, when you need a drive, how is your quarterback going to perform? Can he make the plays? But you got to give him a chance. You got to be able to protect him so he can set his feet.
Gets rid of it quickly on 2nd down. Lawson makes the catch, tackled immediately by Vaness Harris. And that'll bring up a big 3rd down and 10. San Jose State has had some memorable comebacks this year, down as many as 16 to Wyoming, but they're facing a big 3rd down here with 2:54 and counting to go. fails. Long throw across the field, incomplete. Looking for Crawley, and that will bring up 4th down. And remember, only one timeout.
Well, sometimes when you have a 10-point lead, you don't really feel like those timeouts are maybe that valuable. But now here, sitting here at 2 minutes and 46 seconds, you almost have no choice but to try and go for this. It's a tough spot to be in, this deep in your own territory, but you punt this ball away, there's a good chance you're never going to see it again.
They got to hurry. 8 seconds on the play clock. They are going to go for it. 11 out of 17 on 4th downs this season. 2 on the play clock. Fails. Takes the snap. Chased out. 10 off. Has him. Fails. Throws. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Whitaker. And he goes down wisely. Nick Tenoff applied the pressure. J.J. Whitaker with his first career interception. And the Aztecs get the ball back with 2:35 to go.
Again, when the defense needed it, they rose up and made a play. Great pressure. Great job by Nick Tenoff to brush off Jared Lawson, the freshman running back, and force David Fales to throw the ball into a defender's hands.
Second interception of the night for San Diego State. They had only 2 interceptions the entire season coming into the game. Penalty flag flies in. Muema on the first down carry.
Holding. Offense, number 44. 10-yard penalty. Still first down.
It's on Adam Roberts, who caught a touchdown earlier in the second half. One of the timeouts that San Jose State had to use was when San Diego State went for the 2-point conversion.
Well, the good news is, look, you just got a holding penalty, so that stops the clock. And that gives San Jose State an extra timeout. So, maybe there is a possibility. The Aztecs are going to kick a field goal.
San Jose State has chosen to decline the foul. It will be second down.
That's a smart play. They don't want to give them an extra down to run off more clock.
Timeout. San Jose State. That's their third and final timeout of the half. This will be a 30-second timeout.
So Carragher uses his final timeout with 2:30 to go. Well, there's a lot of Fresno State fans that are rooting for this score to hold up. Because Fresno State already defeated San Diego State this season. So they have the tiebreaker over the Aztecs, and San Jose State would take its second loss. So Fresno State would be in the driver's seat coming down the stretch here in November.
Yeah, this makes it pretty cloudy out there. And really, San Jose State, they really needed this game. And they really needed to have the chance to be able to control their own destiny, of course, throughout this season. But hey, you gotta love the way the Aztecs battled under adversity in the 4th quarter.
Muema. Now bring up 3rd down and long. Curious thing here is, what do you do if you're Rocky Long on 4th down if San Jose State holds them?
I think you gotta go for it. You can't risk the block field goal. Regardless, you're still up by 4 points. San Jose State would have to go the length of the field with 0 timeouts. They can't afford to kick a long field goal in this situation. You have to drain the clock, keep it on the ground, but don't give San Jose State a chance to return a blocked field goal.
3rd down and 7. On the ground to Muema, looking for a hole. And Muema is going to be just short of a first down. It's going to be 4th down and 1. A first down here, and the game is over. Inside College Football coming up next on CBS Sports Network. It's a long one, so call it 4th and 2. They can bring the clock down to a minute And San Diego State could even call timeout to discuss the play call if they so choose. They're 1 for 1 on 4th downs tonight, and it does appear that Rocky Long will use one of his timeouts, and the play clock gets to 1.
Standard Days, San Diego State has called their first timeout of the half. That will be a 30-second timeout in length.
Well, if you're just joining us, here's why. The field goal is not an option. San Diego State has missed 7 consecutive field goals. One was blocked tonight, one was missed. 2 extra points were blocked. This was the one McMorrow missed. But they did get 2 extra points to go through. And now it's 34-30, and they're going to keep the offense out there for 4th and 2. What a comeback this would be for San Diego State. They would improve to 4-1 in the Mountain West. Keep in mind, they started the year 0-3. And of the 13 teams in the country who started 0-3, San Diego State, the only one to get back to 500. This would put them at 5-4 overall. 4th down and 2. Can the Spartans defense get a stop? Moema running left, slides through 1, and that's going to be right at the sticks. And the initial signal is 1st down. And it is 1st down, and that'll be the ball game. Wow.
That was close. You see Keith Smith in there trying to pull him back. But again, the left side of the Aztec offensive line doing just enough to push the defensive front back, and Moema is able to power through for the 1st down.
San Jose State cannot stop the clock. Quinn Kaler takes a knee, and what an improbable comeback for San Diego State. Everything going against them. Couldn't make an extra point, couldn't make a field goal, and Rocky Long runs off with his 5th win in the last 6 games. Unbelievable.
And Andrew, if you're a football fan, San Diego State loves to have some classic finishes so far this year. I mean, it's...
They can afford to lose a conference game down the stretch and still win the division title, but forget about that for now. San Diego State with a huge win. Lauren Gardner's with Rocky Long.
Coach, you guys battled back from an 11-point deficit in the 4th quarter. How would you describe your team's emotions down the stretch?
Well, I'm proud of how they hung in there. You know, we did some awful ugly things out there with the kicking game and some of the things we did on offense and defense, but they kept playing hard, and they finally made enough plays to win the game, so I'm awful proud that they hung in there like that.
You just mentioned the kicking game. How are you going to address that issue moving forward?
Well, there's only one way to address it, and that's to keep working at it and keep practicing, and they're the guys we got, so they got to get better.
Thanks a lot, Coach. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Rocky Long and his team off to Hawaii next week, trying to keep the good feelings going, and they are enjoying this one in front of their fans in San Jose. As we look at the Napa play of the game, Adam Moema, the game-winning touchdown, 21 carries, 113 yards, and 2 scores for Moema. He now has 10 rushing touchdowns on the season. Here's a look at the updated standings in the West Division. Fresno State now with a little breathing room. Again, they have the tiebreak over San Diego State. So even if San Jose State defeats Fresno State in that game the day after Thanksgiving on CBS Sports Network, the Spartans would need Fresno State to lose before they come here to San Jose. Fresno State looking good, but San Diego State with an improbable win, Adam. That was just a wild night in San Jose.
You've got to tip your hat to Rocky Long's football team. So much adversity. And finally, at the end of the game in the 4th quarter, when they needed it, that running game and Adam Moema came through. An excellent way to come back and finish out this game for the Aztecs.
Aztecs celebrate a big comeback win. San Diego State improves to 5-4 overall, 4-1 in the Mountain West. Once again, the final score, San Diego State 34, San Jose State 30. For Adam Archuleta and Lauren Gardner, I'm Andrew Catalan saying so long from San Jose, but don't go anywhere. Inside College Football with Adam Zucker and Brian Jones coming up right now on CBS Sports Network.